shit. What you want me to prove?
Spacey got the sauce on. Spacey got the sauce on. Spacey got the sauce on. Spacey got the sauce on.
Then tonight, no captivity. Only the boss motherfucking bitches fuck with motherfucking Freezy. It's no captivity.
Eyes, get set. 5, 6, 7, 8. Why you gotta lie so much? You must wake up and just make up stuff. Cause I just do not understand why. Every time you talk, you tell a quick lie. You and your lies gotta go. Because I'm tired of talking to Pinocchio. Then you had a nerve to look folks in the eyes, knowing that you telling them lies. You be telling them lies. I asked you about this. Then you lied about it. I asked you about that. Then you lied about it. Get the lies together, they all over the place. I bet if Jesus came back, you would lie to his face. Damn, Pinocchio. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. I said Pinocchio. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. No, let's go. Stop telling all them lies. Number one, let's go. Cause I don't believe that you say at this point. Cause all you do is lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
You kidding me right now? You're mad.
Yes!
Why? You have a tooth fairy monster. A lot of kids don't have that.
I got $2
So?
from the tooth fairy.
So? That's not good enough?
My tooth is way more.
Your tooth was worth more than that?
Yes!
Are
I
you-
hate the tooth fairy. She's a stupid bitch. Really, Maya? That's a waste of money. I'm taking your money.
No captivity. Freezy. What up? You are officially locked in to No Captivity with Freezy, where we tackle issues that sometimes have us trapped in this thing that we call life. But if you know me, you know my motto. To free yourself, you must heal yourself. And if you rock with your boy, please hit the like and subscribe button hard right now. And also comment and share this video. That is if you rock with your boy Freezy. No captivity. Y'all, I love this sentiment. I'm gonna tell y'all something. anytime it get like a little cold, right? Like a little cold, especially in Florida, because it don't really get cold in Florida. Like, you know, like 40 degrees, 50 degrees, that's cold to me. I'm a real Floridian. Like 40, 50 degrees is like, I be like this here. Oh, jeez.
This one here for the thug.
Yeah, I be cold as hell, man. Shout out to everybody that's here early, man. We gonna talk about your boy, Keith Lee. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's been going on social media. Keith Lee is in the hot seat. They're accusing Keith Lee of canceling businesses or black businesses, right? And you know, I'm gonna ask the audience a question. Is it against the black laws to actually criticize black businesses? Because let's just be honest, we all know it's hard enough for black businesses as it is, right? I will give black businesses that. It's very hard for black businesses out here in society, especially when you label it a black business. People are already expecting, they're already expecting less exquisite services than, let's just say, someone of another demographic, right? Or another race, right? So black businesses, I would imagine, have to prove at least 2 or 3 more levels up than other demographics, right? They have to prove 10 times harder that they are legitimate and all that kind of stuff, right? I've never had that problem, but I'm just saying, this is the gripe. This is what's going on in social media. We gonna talk about it, right? Hey, I got to give my people a shout out again. Emperor, what's going on, bro? Thank you, bro. Appreciate you being here, man.
No captivity.
Justin Wade.
No captivity.
Lady Novo.
No captivity.
Hassan.
No captivity.
What's going on? Nightish in the building.
No captivity.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Nightish's YouTube channel. Nightdish is a great dude, has great conversation, great perspective, man. Listen, I don't join a lot of panels, y'all already know that, but anytime I'm ghost watching, I love to hear Nightish's perspective. That's a fact. Thank you, bro.
No captivity.
Shout out to everybody watching, man. Everybody watching from the cloud. It's been a crazy day today. It's been a real crazy day today. It really have, man. But we here, and we're gonna talk about Keith Lee. Keith Lee, he's a successful food critic, right? To be honest with you, I don't know of a more successful black food critic than Keith Lee. Now I know I've watched some other guys on these YouTube shorts. It's been some guys that came along with Keith Lee and some guys that's some newcomers, right? And let me tell y'all the truth. I like watching food critic videos because I like food. You know what I'm saying?
This one here for the thug.
I love food. Matter of fact, I need to start back working out. I got to stop using my knee as an excuse. I think I feel my cartilage coming back in. It's time to start running again. Let me tell y'all something. I had took my rugs out of the house and I put them over the fence and I beat the rugs before my wife vacuumed them. I beat the rugs with a broom. When I tell y'all, listen, I beat those rugs, and 5 minutes into me beating the rugs, I was winded. I was tired as hell. Real talk.
This one here for the thug.
I was tired as hell. Shout out to Bird Lady Speaks in the building.
No captivity.
My sister, she rolled on in. Let's get it. Shout out to you, Bird Lady Speaks. It's all love, always. Remember that. But listen, yeah. So it's time for me to just get back in it, man. Okay, so listen, I'm going to show some more food pics from my No Cap crew, but I thought about it, right? I said I'm going to wait to show it in the end, right? Because I think that's a better timeline. I'm going to wait to show the food pics in the end, just to give my audience something to look forward to towards the end. You feel what I'm saying? And it's fun. We can end it on a fun note, You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna wait to show these food pics towards the end. I did get some more food pics to my email, to my Gmail rather, and I really appreciate y'all sending these food pics. I really do, man. I really, really do. Because let me tell you something, man. It's always a joy to see, people cooking, especially approaching the holy day season. I don't like to say holidays, holy day season. I don't celebrate the same holidays y'all do, but we still gonna be in the spirit, right? Especially towards this season, right? So I just like to see food pics in general. I like food. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I used to be almost 300 pounds. I don't know listen, I've told my story several times, but just in case you ain't heard yet, I used to be down to 300 pounds. You know why? Because I like food.
No cap.
That's why. Shout out to Josh W in the building. Josh W, thank you for being here. I do have some cash outs already that I got to call out, right? I got some cash outs. Matter of fact, let me get the screen up. We're going to make sure we call these cash outs out because it's only right. You know what I'm saying? It's not only right, it is right. We're going to get these guys. Shout out to Josh Watson. I got your cash out. Shout out to Ricky Webster. I got your cash out too. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that out the way right now. We coming back to you, Keith Lee. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get that out the way right now. Let me see. Boom. Here's a cash out right here. So the first cash out came from our brother Josh Watson. Josh W, what's going on? Josh W, thank you for the $5 cash out, bro. I don't know if people told you how much we appreciate the support over here. Bro, we appreciate it. Real talk. We appreciate the support, especially monetary support. I appreciate all support. But monetary, I really do appreciate the support. Let me tell y'all something. This software I got, they charge me for live stream time. So it goes right back into live stream time, man. I really appreciate it, man. I really do. Also, Ricky Webster, thank you, bro. Thank you for the $10 black super chat. Thank you, Ricky Webster, man. Thank you. He said supporting, bro. Supporting 100. Fists in the air. Thank you, man. I appreciate both of y'all. Thank you, man.
No Cap-tivity.
In real talk, I really appreciate that. Let me see. Let me get this up here. Yeah, I really do. I can't express that more. I can't, man. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm still a fairly new, new platform, new live streamer. But guess what? It's getting great. It's getting great. Why I said Freezer get an EKG test ASAP. Man, I need one, bro. I just went to the doctor. And it's evident I'm finna start back working out. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Hey, listen, when I start back working out, I'm going to encourage my No Cap crew. I'm going to encourage y'all to work out too. When I start back working out, y'all gonna get tired of freezing because I'm going to encourage y'all to work out. I can encourage y'all now, but it seems like if I encourage y'all now, I'll be a hypocrite. So I'm gonna wait till I start working out, and when I start, I'm gonna get on y'all ass. Cause I'm not gonna be the only one working out. Yo, we gonna work out together. Bird Lady Speech say I was 310. See, God, that was a pain in my damn side. Oh Lord, what is that? Is that a side attack? Bird Lady Speech say I was 310, big body. Now I'm 130. Whoa, hold on, I gotta highlight that. The numbers switch. Whoa. I got to highlight that. Bird Lady Speech said I was 310, big body. Now I'm 130. The numbers switched.
No Cap-tivity.
Wow. Can we get a congratulations for Bird Lady Speaks in the chat, please? We need a congratulations. A congratulations is in order for Bird Lady Speaks. Bird Lady Speaks. I thought I was doing something when I lost 100 pounds one time. You lost 130. Guess what? Zip. Close my mouth. It's over with. I ain't even gonna talk about what I did no more. You got the trophy, Bird Lady Speaks, for real. I really appreciate you sharing that. So, listen, Emperor say I work out 2 hours every Sunday and for 1 hour every Monday through Saturday. Really? Well, I'm slipping. I'm late. So what y'all see y'all trying to show out on Freezy on y'all brother. You know what? I'm late. I'm gonna start back working out, y'all. I've been procrastinating. You know, when you let off, I had an excuse, right? I had an excuse. When you let off from working out, right? You get lazy and you get complacent and you get used to not working out. But I had an excuse because my knee had swollen up and I lost cartilage and my joints was rubbing against each other and it was swollen. But I'm gonna start back working out, man. I'm gonna start back working out. I am. I ain't got no excuse. Y'all hold on 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Okay, yeah, Bird Lady speaks, yeah. She said, you've done great losing 100 pounds. Keep bragging, it's encouraging. Thank you, Bird Lady, but 130, I think I might have gained by damn near 30 of them back. To be honest with you, Bird Lady, since I injured myself, I think I might have gained by 30 pounds back, to be honest with you. But guess what? Ain't no excuse. We working out. The No Cap crew working out. I might do a workout video on camera. How about that? How about Freezer do a workout video on camera when I start working out? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let me think about it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get into it, man. Listen, before we get into it, we talking about Keith Lee. We talking about Keith Lee this evening. Before we get into it, could y'all please hit the like button? If you haven't hit the like button already, please hit the like button. If you don't like what I said so far, hit the dislike button, right? Also, right? To support this platform, to support stories of this magnitude, please send a super chat, right? It will be highlighted. Or send a black super chat. Send a black super chat to $Freezy1976. Right here. A black super chat to $Freezy1976. And guess what? It will get highlighted just like I read Josh W's and Ricky Webster's black super chat, aka Cash App, right? $Freezy1976. I really appreciate y'all. Ryder Prophet, what's going on, bro? Shout out to Ryder Prophet in the building, man. Let me see. Get my soundboard together.
Cap-tivity.
Shout out to Ryder Prophet in the building. Appreciate you, bro, for being here always. Always good to see you, bro. So, listen. Have y'all been following Keith Lee? Can I just be totally transparent with y'all? I follow a lot of food critics, right? I follow food critics, but quiet as kept, I hardly knew anything about Keith Lee before this past week, and the criticism he got since he visited the Atlanta food scene. I'm telling y'all the truth. I've looked at food critics. I've looked at those food critic videos, those YouTube shorts. I looked at the mukbang videos. I like food, but I'm telling y'all the truth. I didn't know about this dude. I didn't really know about him like that. I think I've seen him a couple of times before, but the way he talked he talks so monotone and he's not exciting. I don't even know why. Apparently he's the one of the most popular food critics, especially with Black YouTube, right? But the way he talked, I didn't see nothing special. I'm not hating. I'm not criticizing him like that. I'm just saying I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing so special about the dude. But obviously, a lot of people have taken notice of him, and he has millions of followers. Go figure. I didn't know, right? But we're gonna talk about it because he's caused a major uproar in Atlanta, and also following Atlanta in Black America, right? He's caused a major uproar, and a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are saying, "Hey, man, you know, the critics about him are saying that he shouldn't have criticized the restaurant, the first restaurant, the way he did. You know, the restaurant that actually sparked this whole soiree. They're saying that he shouldn't have said anything. They're saying if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all." And not only regular folks have been chiming in on this, but celebrities have been chiming in on this too. So this is bigger than what we thought. This is big, and they've pushed Keith Lee to the forefront. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you didn't know who Keith Lee was before this, you're definitely gonna know after this, because this guy has made headline news everywhere. Real talk, man.
We're for the thug.
So, without further ado, listen, we're gonna talk about it, right? But I want y'all to understand, I don't know why I'm surprised, right? Because anytime anything is dealing with food, think about it. That's why I'm so happy that the No Cap crew has its food edition. The No Cap potluck edition, right? I'm happy we've interjected our food edition to this network, to this live stream, to this platform, because everybody loves food. I don't know if y'all realize that. And the way we started that conversation, like, listen, women, we were saying, the men in the No Cap crew were saying, women don't really cook like that no more. In this year, 2020s, right? 2023, to be exact, women don't cook like our grandmas did, even our mamas, right? But especially our grandmas and great grandmas, food used to be on the table when you got home. You know, when the husband got home from working, when the kids came home from playing, you know, on the outside, right? Food used to be on the table. Now, guess what? The fast food restaurants are winning. That's why Keith Lee winning. I'm gonna tell y'all something. We wouldn't even know about this guy if we had more home cooked meals. I'm telling y'all, if everybody cooked like they used to back in the day, this guy wouldn't even be as popular. The reason why he's popular is because going out to eat is the thing now, right? Fast food restaurants, sit down restaurants, dine in restaurants, whether they're 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, they winning. And that's why Keith Lee is out in the forefront. You feel what I'm saying? That's why he's so popular. That's why a lot of these food critics are popular. They're not going to people's houses and sitting down with people and families and, you know, criticizing home cooked meals. They're not doing that. But so, you know, it's the reason why these guys are popular. But I'm gonna show y'all why a home cooked meal is popular, especially when women, right? And we know we've gone over this. Men have started learning how to cook more and more. Men have become great cooks, including myself. Yo, boy, Freezy. Don't get it twisted, all right? Real talk. I'm at the Don't get it twisted. Your boy can throw down too. On the stove and on the outside. Okay. I'm multidimensional. All right. So listen, I'm gonna play a video to show y'all exactly how important food is. Because I don't think y'all understand how important food is, especially when a woman cooks for her man. Women, I don't think y'all understand the effect that food has had on, where is that? Let me see. Is this it? Nope. I know I still got the video. Maybe this is it. Yeah, this it right here. Yep, this it. Yep. I don't think y'all understand the effect that food has on men, women. I think y'all actually lost the importance of cooking for your man, right? Like, men, we always talk about sex, especially in these spaces, right? We always talk about sex and how important sex is to, husbands or to men in general. But we hardly ever talk about how important food is to men. Well, guess what? We finna talk about it right now. Or we finna look at how important, rather, it is to men. Y'all look at this video, man. And I want y'all to take from this video as much as you can. Hold on, man. I knew something was missing. Let me put my logo back up here. Damn, Freezer, you're slipping. You're slipping at all. You're slipping. Okay, hold on. Let me play this video. Y'all look at this.
Thank you.
Do y'all see the joy in this man, on this man's face?
They know.
And I don't think, listen, I think she said Donata, so she must.
They know.
She must be Hispanic.
Ooh, 3 pancakes? Let's get it. Thank you. Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was waiting on this one. Cap.
Did y'all see the joy on that man's face?
No Cap-tivity.
That's a lost art, man. Thank you, Emperor. I really appreciate that. Bird Lady said, my husband's traditional and 20 years older than me. He's traditional and 20 years older than me. So I have to cook when he's in town. Plus, we live in the middle of the woods, so no restaurants. I'm vegan. I won't cook, I won't cook much when he's not here. You vegan? You're vegan. I couldn't tell by those, man, what? Oh, that's on caramel drip. So you're vegan. So, okay, so does that explain why you lost so much weight too? Did that help? Did you being vegan help you lose 130 pounds? Maybe I need to go vegan. Shout out to MMB Beauty in the building. Appreciate you being here, MMB. We about to kick it off.
No Cap-tivity.
She said, yes, I eat out of my garden when my husband is not here. You know what? That's another thing I said I was going to do. I was going to start a garden. I heard that having a garden is very peaceful for your soul and for your mind. I'm going to try it out. I need to become one with the earth. Real talk. So, let's get into it, man. So there's a timeline, right? All we're going to do, we're going to go through this Keith Lee timeline. We're going to go through this Keith Lee timeline because some of y'all might not know how it started and how it ended. Some of y'all might not be familiar with this whole Keith Lee story, but excuse me, by the end of this live stream, you're going to understand why this whole thing kicked off. What's the significance of Keith Lee being criticized? What's the significance of Keith Lee criticizing black restaurants? You're gonna understand who all was involved, all the restaurants, all the celebrities, all the people. We're gonna go through every video that people posted on social media, and that every video that went viral. We're gonna talk about the whole thing from top to bottom. We're gonna show every video, okay? And we're gonna talk about it. Bird Lady Speaks say I'm not familiar. Guess what? That's what I'm here for, Bird Lady. Just in case y'all don't know, by the time this live stream over with, if anybody asks y'all about this situation with Keith Lee, which has gone viral, you're gonna know exactly, the whole ordeal with Keith Lee, right? You don't got to go nowhere else. It's right here on No Cap-tivity with Freezy.
No Cap-tivity.
So let's talk about it, right? Keith Lee, right? So the first video, let me line up the first video. Let me see. Let me put it up here. Let me knock this out. Wow. That last video I played, y'all, is, when I first seen it, it was amazing. I'll tell y'all, it was amazing. I mean, it seemed like she was just cooking for him back to back to back. That was a beautiful thing. I mean, hold on. Before we play this video, that last video that we seen, it just goes to show when you know how much a woman loves and respects her man. I mean, that's just evident. She just seems so happy to have a man, right? She seems so appreciative of him. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not saying that every man is a good man, but ladies, you know when y'all got a good man. And when you know you got a good man, treat him right. Most men, most dudes I know, that's the guys that I know that's solid and good, if you treat them right, trust me, you will receive it back tenfold. That's how good men are. Don't slack on a good man. Please don't slack on if you know you got a good man, don't slack on your good man. Okay, so let me see. This is the first video. So Keith Lee went to a restaurant called, what kicked it off was Keith Lee went to a restaurant called The Milk and Honey, The Real Milk and Honey. And he gave his review on The Real Milk and Honey. So we're gonna watch this whole review, and then we're gonna go to the next video. I'm gonna keep the videos rolling because it's quite a few videos. It's probably, I think it's about 9 videos. All of them are kind of short, but we're gonna go through all of them and we're gonna talk about it. But we're gonna go through the timeline, right? So, right here, this is the first video. He's talking about his experience with the Real Milk and Honey restaurant in Atlanta. Y'all check Keith Lee out and what he had to say.
Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. We are at the Real Milk and Honey on Main Street in College Park. Before we came, we attempted to call our order in. We were greeted with an automatic message that said they do not take call-in orders. The automatic message said the only way you can do pickup is through DoorDash. We went through DoorDash, they was closed. But online, it said they closed at 5 o'clock. We went on DoorDash at 4 o'clock, but we were already here, so we just went inside. I stayed in the car and my family went in, and they told them they were closed early for deep cleaning. Yet the door is wide open and it's people still going in and grabbing their orders. Now we have no idea if those people ordered beforehand or what the case is. Also, the people who relayed this message, my family said were really nice. It's just the rules. And so far being in Atlanta, I found some places do have unique rules, and this is one of them. I want to be very clear, we're not blaming one person or saying one person was rude. In plain terms, don't call this restaurant trying to get nobody fired. Ain't nobody do nothing. This is just the rules they had. If you don't like their rules not for you. And for me and my family, the rules just wasn't for us. We just not their target audience. For the record, afterwards, I did walk in and they did recognize me and they attended the services, but I respectfully declined. I'm a normal person. I pay for my food like everybody else. I walk in spots like everybody else. We are all normal people. Respectfully, if you're not gonna do it then, don't do it now. God bless you. But yeah, we're just trying to get some food. But I am gonna make this very clear. I do not support, condone, or agree tearing down these businesses. While we personally may not have the best customer service experience, that does not mean you will have the same experience. That also don't mean go on Twitter and tear these businesses down. At the end of the day, business owners are people. You never know what people are going through. The only reason I'm even making this is to share my authentic and real experience like I always do. I don't mean no harm, I don't have no malicious intent, but I always say I'm gonna be 100% honest, and that come with the good and the not so good. You don't know what nobody going through, so what we can't do is just judge off of somebody else's experience. If you like to go to these places or any other place that I've been to, I encourage you to go try it for yourself and make your own opinion. But we still in Atlanta, and we on Main Street, and it's a bunch of spots here, so we're gonna go to a different spot. God bless you, have an amazing day.
So that was his first experience in Atlanta with the Real Milk and Honey restaurant.
No cap.
So he was trying to get a to-go order. They say they don't do to-go orders. They don't do takeout orders on the weekend or whatever. He didn't know. He went in. It was nobody in there. He said there was nobody there, but they still wouldn't serve him. And then so when he went in, when they realized who he was, then they was trying to, serve him and be hospitable and get on their toes, right? But he was like, no, don't treat me no different than you'll treat a regular person. That's why he does the food critic stuff. And so that was really the only thing he had to say about the Real Milk and Honey restaurant. Okay, the next video I'm going to show you, I'm just going down the timeline. The next video I'm going to show y'all, right, is the Real Milk and Honey owner that has something to say about Keith Lee. Now, you would think that after this man expressed himself and his disapproval of how he was treated in Atlanta at the Real Milk and Honey restaurant, you would think that the owner would just, sympathize or even empathize with his experience. But let's just see what the owner had to say. Okay, let me see. Let's see what the owner had to say.
Did you see this Keith Lee video about the Real Milk and Honey?
And who is this Keith Lee?
Daddy, you don't know Keith Lee?
Yeah.
No.
So basically, they were trying to be sarcastic and passive and almost kind of passive aggressive by saying, "Who is Keith Lee? We don't know him." And his wife was like, "Yeah, me neither. I don't know him either." So basically, they were just trying to pass him off as a nobody. And that kind of backfired because people were basically saying, "Dang, you just ignoring this man's complaints." The Real Milk and Honey restaurant is savage, to say the least. The Real Milk and Honey restaurant is savage, to say the least. So the next video that we're just going down the timeline, right? So Keith Lee said, he was going to try out another restaurant. He was just going to try out another restaurant, and he wasn't going to just let that first experience with the Real Milk and Honey just ruin his time in Atlanta, ruin his experience in Atlanta, rather. So he went to another restaurant, and I'm going to show you the next restaurant he went to, right? Because he was heavily criticized by people because of what he said about the Real Milk and Honey. So here's the next restaurant he went to, and here's what he had to say about this next restaurant. Let me see. Make sure I put this up there.
Me and my family were driving around Atlanta looking for places to eat when I received this email. You can pause to read if you would like to. I got it. Let's try it.
So the name of that restaurant is called The Dining Experience, where he just went to, where he said he had just went to. And he said they had been emailing him, bugging him about coming to their restaurant. So here it is.
Rated 1 through 10. I spent $60. The name of this place is The Dining Experience. It's about 30 minutes from downtown Atlanta. When you pulled up, it was completely empty. From the parking lot to the actual restaurant itself, nobody. Now I want to know, is it the customer service, is it the food, or is it the lack of marketing? In my opinion, if you compare it to the rest of the customer service we've had since we've been in Atlanta, this is pretty good. After I was done with the review, I walked in the restaurant and I got feedback from my family, and I saw it for myself, and my opinion on the customer service changed drastically. I'll explain all of that at the end though. Granted, no calling orders or no pickup on DoorDash, but the people on the inside were really nice. So compared to the rest of Atlanta so far, I don't think the customer service is the issue. And as you can see, I'm sitting in the car, so they have no idea I'm here. I'm gonna show you everything I got, and we're gonna try it and rate it 1 through 10. Salmon egg rolls, fried salmon and grits with a biscuit, and last but not least, chicken and waffles. The waffle is under this tinfoil. Just by the looks, I personally don't think that's $60 worth of food. But in this economy, everything is expensive. But the portions on this alone are huge. This filled to the brim. That's a big piece of salmon too. Grits, ooh, covered in butter and cheese. And that syrup. Out we if it was on customer service, and it's for show, not the food. It's the marketing. And this waffle not too sweet. It's soft. It's buttery. 9.5 out of 10. It's simple, but it's delicious in my eyes. I don't have all the extra thrills. It's literally just a waffle and chicken, but I think they did simple really well, if you ask me. So in my opinion, why is the dining experience completely empty on a Friday morning? To me, it's not the customer service, and it's for show, not the food. It's the marketing. And I pray and I hope after this, y'all reach our target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. Now, like I said, when I was done with my food, I walked in, and the guy that I met, who was the waiter, he had some of the best customer service I experienced in a long time. My family was happy. I was happy. When I say attentive, nice, my family was being indecisive. We didn't know if he was going to do takeout. We didn't know if he was going to sit. He didn't care. We had 2 babies with us. Didn't care. Amazing customer service. The closest to a 10 out of 10 customer service I've experienced in a long time. So much so, when it was time to pay for our bill, the bill was $76. I tipped him $1,000. But when I tipped him, the owner asked, was a tip for the whole staff? I said, yeah, y'all can split it throughout the whole staff. But then I tipped him personally another $1,000. Because yes, the rest of the staff was really nice and the food was really good. But that waiter, he deserved every bit of it.
I came to him and
$1,000, y'all.
He kept good customer service. I even flipped it from, I told him to go, then I switched it up, said no, I want to stay here.
He tipped the employees $1,000, and then he tipped the owner $1,000.
I'm cool with everybody else, but I want you to personally know that we appreciate you. So I want you to personally get your own tip.
So what's your
I'm going to tell it to you.
Where you want it? Your phone number, what is it?
I'm going to sing another $1,000.
Oh, God.
And you stay blessed.
And
Keep
it's
it
yours.
first.
You don't share with nobody. That's yours.
Okay.
You don't share with nobody.
Thank you.
And I didn't want him to split. I wanted him to be able to enjoy it by himself. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
So here we see another look at Keith Lee, right? We see another look at Keith Lee, and you know, listen, that's why we can't take everybody's word for it. Now, when he first did the first review on the Real Milk and Honey restaurant, he had got a lot of criticism. People was talking bad about him, saying he was trying to ruin and cancel black businesses. So he gave his review in Atlanta again, right? This is the next restaurant he went to. He went to the Dining Experience, and he gave them a starch raving review. He gave them a great review. He was very surprised that they didn't even have a lot of they didn't even have a lot of traffic in the restaurant. But I'm pretty sure after Keith Lee's compliment on that restaurant, after his positive review on that restaurant is probably booming right now. I guarantee you.
No cap.
So that was on a lighter note, right? It ain't over. So the next restaurant, he's on his Atlanta food tour. So the next restaurant he went to was Candy Burris's. I don't know if you guys know who Candy Burris is. She is formerly of the group Escape. Also, she's a well-known cast member of Atlanta Housewives, right? So this restaurant, he went to Candy Burris restaurant, and I think the name of Candy Burris's restaurant is the Old Lady Gang. I think I don't why they call the restaurant that, I don't know. But, you know, maybe because they feel like old ladies can cook. I don't know. But, yeah. So, here's the next review that he did in Atlanta at Candy Burris's restaurant called The Old Lady Gang. I want y'all to check this out. And thank y'all for being patient.
Yesterday, me and my family were at the One Music Festival. Somebody who works with Candy Burris walked up to us and said they've been trying to reach us since we got to Atlanta. He said he'd been constantly emailing me and constantly DMing me for me to come to Old Lady Gang. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. Me and my family showed up and we attempted to order before we got here.
Now, mind you people was constantly emailing him to show up at the Old Lady Gang. So he went.
We called the number they had connected on Yelp 3 times, no answer. We tried to order through DoorDash and it said it was temporarily closed. So when we pulled up, I sent my family in to order for us. They said on the weekends, due to being busy, they don't do any takeout at all.
They do to-go orders? No, we don't do to-go on the weekend. Oh, okay, so send and dining. Yes. Okay, thank you, sweetie. We appreciate you.
Which is completely understandable. So what we decided to do is my family's gonna go eat. They're just gonna come bring the food out while I'm sitting in the car, so they have no idea I'm here. My family asked how long the wait was to be seated. They said an hour to an hour and a half.
Yes, hour and a half.
Okay.
She also said they didn't have any reservations available, so they didn't take down any number, any contact information, nothing. My family then came and relayed that message to me, and I decided to go in myself. We walked in and we were greeted by a nice young lady. And then I met some amazing people who were eating there, and we took some pictures. God is amazing. As soon as me and my wife were done taking pictures, the lady said the table was ready. As always, I don't want any special treatment. I want to be treated like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I'm a normal person. I'm a normal customer. Things like this is exactly why I do reviews the way I do. Just because I have a certain amount of followers on social media don't make me different from nobody. My mom, my mom-in-law, my sister, they all paying customers just like me. So I want them to be treated just like me. So I asked how long the wait time has been today. She said an hour to an hour and a half. So which I then asked, how were you able to sit me in 5 minutes? This is her response.
How long are we looking for as far as wait?
I'm just gonna set up like 5 minutes. I'm gonna wait. This all came. Now it's whoever first come first serve.
Again, my family just attempted to eat there less than 2 minutes ago. I then told her I changed my mind. We're gonna go eat somewhere else, and I said God bless you, and I walked out.
On second thought, it's okay. We're gonna go to eat somewhere else. So I appreciate it though, for sure. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
Have a good one.
Have a great day.
I'm gonna be very transparent and honest. I am frustrated. Me and my family just trying to eat food. That's all we try to do. At the same time, while I am frustrated, I understand we are all humans. I do not agree, I do not support, I do not condone shaming this business based on my experience. Like every city we've been to since we've been on food tour, I go to an array of restaurants. From mom and pop shops to staples of the community to super popular to places nobody know about. And Atlanta has definitely been a unique experience for me and something I'll never forget. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, genuinely. But I'm a normal person and I want to be treated like everybody else. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. And I'm not playing. I understand everybody got their own opinions on situations, but don't go leaving them 0-star reviews. You ain't never been here before. If you like to, come experience it yourself and then leave your reviews. But just leaving a review based on my experience is crazy in my opinion. God bless you.
Shout out to TBE Trucking in the building. What going on, bro?
No Cap-tivity.
Shout out to Travel One in the building. How you doing, sis?
No Cap-tivity.
Travel One say interesting. He's a fast talker. He is a fast talker. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's probably the reason why I didn't take to him and really pay attention to him in the beginning, because he's very bland. He's not exciting at all, and he is a fast talker. TBE Trucking said, why is he acting so weird? Guess cause he is from Atlanta. He is from Atlanta. I didn't know that.
Wait for the thug.
I didn't know he was from Atlanta. Maybe that has a lot to do with this storyline. I don't know. You know what? Thank you for saying that, TBE Trucking. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was from Atlanta. I should have did more research, but we are going throughout this timeline. One thing I noticed that Keith Lee always says, after he gives his review, whether it's positive or negative, he encourages his viewers and listeners, do not go leave bad ratings on their website. Do not go leave 0 ratings on their website, because he still sympathizes and empathizes with these restaurants. He understands that they have a business to run. So I have noticed that, right? He gives his review, but he encourages his viewers, don't go flooding their website and, with bad ratings and stuff. But after you done gave a bad rating, Keith Lee, let's just be honest. Come on now.
No Cap-tivity.
Let's just be honest, Keith Lee. After you've given a bad rating, you got millions of followers. How in the hell can you stop all these people from giving a bad review? Bad ratings. They're going to believe you. So I don't think that holds weight. I really don't think that holds weight. Waha said he was born in Detroit, Michigan. Okay, he was born in Detroit, Michigan. Okay, see, I'm finding out all of this. He doesn't sound like he's from Atlanta. Exactly, yeah. But hey, shout out to TBE Trucking though, but he is in Atlanta. He is in Atlanta on these reviews. He's doing his Atlanta food tour. So, hey, Bird Lady said he wasn't used to the rules and service in Atlanta. Right. That's fair. Right? And also, with all due fairness, he's telling his followers, don't go flood these restaurants' websites with bad reviews. But let's just be honest. On the restaurants side of the game, I can understand, hey, it don't matter if you tell them not to do it, they follow you, they're gonna do it. Right? So I'm trying to see it from both sides. The black restaurant business side, Keith Lee side. Black business restaurant side, Keith Lee's side. I need y'all help. Right? But we're going to keep going down. So basically, let's review the video, right? Keith Lee said that he was waiting outside the restaurant. He sent his family in to the Old Lady Gang restaurant, Candy Burrs' restaurant. And they told his family that it would be between an hour and 2 hours wait time. Keith Lee was outside, and while he was taking celebrity photos and everything, his family came back and told him the news. And he said, why? It ain't like it's a line outside. It wasn't no line. They wasn't busy. So he went in, and then when they noticed his celebrity face, they was willing to seat him in 5 minutes. But being the fair man that Keith Lee is, he refused to be treated, with the VIP treatment. No, he said, I want to be treated just like any other regular folk that come in this restaurant. Keith Lee is a food protester, all right?
No captivity.
And I'm going to tell you something. I think his followers, that's one of the big things his followers really do like about him and appreciate about him. He wants to be treated just like any other person, not like, not because y'all know he can sink y'all restaurant. You feel what I'm saying? So Candy Burrs had something to say about this. Candy Burrs had something to say about what Keith Lee said about her restaurant. Let's listen to what Candy Burrs had to say. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It was a back and forth. I'm going down the timeline. It took me a minute to get all these videos, but this is the timeline. This is the social media timeline with Keith Lee. I didn't know this dude, this food critic dude, could cause all of this trouble. I'm about to play Candy Burrs. Hold on, let me see. Let me play this. Let me set it up for y'all. Okay, hold on 1 second before I play it. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. Y'all pay attention to what Candy Burrs had to say, okay? See if she went in or not on your boy Keith Lee. Let's go.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Candy, and I'm about to speak on it. No, I'm joking. I'm not about to speak on it. I really just wanted to say I do appreciate Keith Lee for stopping by our restaurant and trying to show us love. It is very unfortunate that we couldn't serve him and his family. We would have loved to, okay? But he's right. We don't take to-go orders on the weekends, and the simple reason is because we do love and appreciate the people who come and support our restaurant. On the weekends, we get a lot of community support, people in our city that show up for us, as well as a lot of people from out of town. So with that being said, we don't want to overwhelm our kitchen by having to, have such long times for the people who are actually at the restaurant, plus having to do to-go orders, because obviously that would make the wait times even longer. So that's the reason for that. For those of you, I saw a couple of people was like, why wouldn't they take to-go orders? Well, that's why. Anyway, with that, outside of that, I want to say thanks to Keith for trying to even show up to our restaurant and show us love. Thanks for trying to bring your family by, and maybe next time we'll still get a chance to serve you. Okay?
Seemed like she was trying to, do some cleanup right there, right?
No captivity.
Hey, and I ain't mad at Candy Burrs. Listen, Keith Lee has a big influence on the restaurant community, right? On the foodie community, right? He can sink your restaurant. I think, in my opinion, she did the right thing. TB Trucker say, then why give a bad review? He talking about Keith Lee, right? But I think that when he gives the bad review, there's really nothing you could do about what people do after that. You know, people are going to go to the website and they're going to take matters into their own hands. You can't really tell grown people what to do and what not to do after you give a bad review. So I understand what you're saying, TBE. I understand. Bird Lady said, it's like when my agents get mad when I down score their calls. You can't get mad at me because you got caught slipping. Just do better. Exactly. Yeah, we gonna talk about it, Bird Lady, because this is the big controversy that black people are talking about, right? They're saying, a lot of people are saying Keith Lee is wrong for even shedding light or bringing these bad reviews to light about these black owned restaurants in Atlanta. They're saying he shouldn't have did that. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Maybe this is his first black restaurant tour. Cause let's just be honest, in Atlanta, right? Atlanta is basically the new chocolate city after Detroit. Detroit was the first chocolate city. Atlanta is the new age chocolate city. When it comes to restaurants, it ain't nothing but black restaurants all over Atlanta. So that's probably why this was, it went the way it went, because Atlanta is just full of black restaurants. But I don't even know if he's gone on a black restaurant tour before this. Maybe this is why it's making such an uproar. I'm telling y'all, I'm following this. I'm just really, understanding this whole thing just like y'all in real time. Real talk. Listen, I haven't even looked at most of these videos in this entirety. I'm following these videos in real time right along with y'all. This a fact. So shout out to Candy Bird. She tried to clean it up. She said they don't take to-go orders, right? She don't take to-go orders. And he was trying to get a to-go order. Well, the family was saying they didn't want to wait an hour or two. What about, can we get to-go order? They said, no, they don't do to-go orders. She was trying to explain away why they don't do to-go orders. Because, they have so many people on the weekends, and they don't want to keep the people inside the restaurant waiting. So that's why they don't do to-go orders. But Keith Lee said that they didn't have a lot of business when they went there. So hey, man. But nice try, Candy Bird. So this next video, right, is Keith Lee's Atlanta. This is recap of Atlanta's food tour. The Atlanta food tour is just a recap of, about the food and the service, the customer service that he experienced in Atlanta. Y'all check this out. Let's see. Shout out to Waha. Waha said perhaps they're looking for Keith to be in chef's attire with white gloves. I don't know why. They putting a lot on. They putting a lot on this guy, man. This is what this dude do. He do this for a living. You know what I'm saying? So hey, and fun fact, just in case some of y'all didn't know, did y'all know that this guy was in MMA, martial art, what is it called? MMA, UFC, whatever, mixed martial art. Did y'all know he was in mixed martial arts for 10 years? A professional mixed martial artist? Before he even came to this sector of YouTube, the food critic sector. I didn't know that. I'm telling you, I've been getting my research about this guy. So guess what? If you got something to say and you get mad, just be careful, because the man knows something. He got hands. I'm just telling y'all that right now.
No Cap-tivity.
He ain't no slouch. Okay, but he sound like a slouch, but it don't be the loud ones, it be the quiet ones. Y'all got to watch them. Okay, watch the quiet people. So here's his recap right here. Y'all check out the recap of his Atlanta tour. It ain't over. We got a few more videos to go. Check it out. Let's go.
This week has been insane. This is a recap of everything that's happened this week. The good and the not so good. Let's talk about it. Let's just address the elephant in the room. These two videos were posted yesterday. Long story short, me and my family tried to go to Old Lady Gang, and that situation just wasn't for me. And I want to be very clear. Usually when celebrities come in, they want to be treated like that. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a normal person. So I get the employee was just trying to do her job. I'm just not the target audience for that kind of treatment. So we went to another place. We went to the Toast on Linux timeline. We went to Old Lady Gang. I shot the video. We left and went to Toast on Linux. Toast on Linux is where those 2 videos were taken. I had no intention of shooting the video. We just went to eat food. We walked up. It was a 2.5 hour wait time. But the people that were waiting were dressed to the nines, head to toe. On Sunday in Atlanta, people go to brunch, so they expect to wait. We didn't know that. While I was there, me and my wife took a picture with a lady who does food reviews. She has nothing to do with the situation other than the fact that we took a picture together while she was eating. They said it was a 2.5 hour wait time. We said, okay, we're gonna go somewhere else. While we walked out, the entire staff walked out behind us. They attempted to implore us to stay and said that we could sit down immediately. Again, I'm not the target audience for that. Usually I would just leave, but before we left, we saw 2 cars with 2 people in each car. So they were separate. It was 2 girls in 1 car over here. It was 2 girls in 1 car over here. 1 car had been waiting for an hour and a half. The other car had been waiting for an hour. 1 car was trying to do takeout. 1 car was trying to sit down. So again, the people that were waiting inside that were dressed to the nines, they didn't mind waiting. But the people that were sitting in these cars, I didn't like that.
So y'all listen, this video is about 5 minutes long, but we're gonna continue playing that video. But this video is bad, y'all. This is Atlanta. This is Atlanta.
No Cap-tivity.
I think this video is when shit went left. When he gave this video, celebrities, not just Candy Burris, but you know, of course she's gonna say say her piece because that was her particular restaurant. But after this video, y'all, the reviews were so bad about several videos in Atlanta. This dude, and he didn't hold back. Let me tell y'all something. The hate and the criticism, it just came from all kind of directions, like arrows with fire on the tips. I'm telling y'all right now.
No Cap-tivity.
Before we keep going, we got to recognize the black super chats. We got to. Let me see. Shout out to my sister, which she is the sponsor of the show. Bird Lady Speaks is the sponsor of the show.
No Cap-tivity.
Bird Lady Speaks, thank you. Thank you, Bird Lady Speaks. With the $20 black super chat, aka Cash App, she said, no shout out needed. Okay. Oh, I'm already late. My bad, Bird Lady. My bad, sis. But you was gonna get shouted out anyway because you the sponsor of the show with the $20 ball. I really appreciate that, sis. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Also, my brother, Ryder Prophet, as always, Ryder Prophet with the $10 black super chat.
No Cap-tivity.
And guess what? He speaks volumes with them $10 every time.
No Cap-tivity.
Thank you, Ryder Prophet. Every time, bro. Every time. I'm equally appreciative. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Man. So, y'all, as a matter of fact, let me make sure I make sis. Make sure y'all understand that sis is the sponsor of the show this evening. Sponsor of the show is Bird Lady Speaks. Sponsor of the show, Bird Lady Speaks, ladies and gentlemen. $20. Black super chat. There we go. Shout out to Bird Lady Speaks.
No Cap-tivity.
Sponsor of the show, ladies and gentlemen. And also shout out to Ryder Prophet as well. So let's continue playing this video because this dude, he's not holding back. Keith Lee is not holding back. He talks soft and he talk fast and he's very monotone, but this dude's words is powerful, obviously, because he ignited he erupted a whole he ignited a whole eruption all across the nation. Might be all across the globe. I don't know. Shout out to Tez the Fire in the building. Tez the Fire, what's going on, bro?
No Cap-tivity.
Y'all go check out my brother Tez the Fire. His platform, his YouTube platform, 5100 Podcast. Y'all go check him out, man, and subscribe. And make sure y'all say Freezy sent me here. Yeah, let's get it. So, hold on, let me bring this video back up. Okay. Here we go.
So the owner and the manager walked out and they offered us a table for us to be able to sit down. We told them as a family that we would do takeout, but we wouldn't eat in the restaurant. And the only way we would do takeout is if they gave the table that they was gonna get us to the 2 girls that was sitting in this car, which they did. And on top of that, they had to make sure the girls that was sitting in this car got takeout before we did, which again, they did. The staff and the owner were extremely accommodating. They were nice, they were accommodating, they were professional. And again, that's just my experience. When we got the food, we all enjoyed it. Personally, the food was good to me. But again, I wasn't recording anything. I was just eating. We paid for our food and I tipped the waitress $500. I wasn't gonna say nothing about it because again, I was just eating food. But these videos came out and I just wanted to make sure we clear that up. The lady we met inside the restaurant had nothing to do with anything. She was just eating food. And I wasn't arguing with nobody. I don't argue. I even said in the video that they recorded. I'm just Keith. Social media aside, I'm a normal person. Cardi B went live last night and she said this about our situation.
Talking about this guy called Keith that he does restaurant review, and I'm like, who is that? Who is that? I know that being a restaurant owner is a lot of hard work, and so many people have invested money in their restaurant.
As y'all can see, Cardi B weighed in. This is when all the celebrities start coming out the woodworks. Y'all pay attention, please.
People, you know, like this is their everything. But I always find this. Eating in Atlanta, it is such an event. You could barely order in Atlanta restaurants. Like you go like, hey, I would like to make an order. Oh yeah, we don't take orders. They don't do no pickup orders. They don't do deliveries.
God is amazing. Shout out to Cardi B. The Real Milk and Honey is one of the restaurants that me and my family went to. The Real Milk and Honey and Milk and Honey are 2 different restaurants. The Real Milk and Honey is the restaurant we went to. Milk and Honey is...
So Cardi B actually agreed with Keith Lee. She was one of the celebrities that actually agreed with the bad service in Atlanta. But mind you, I don't think people came out of the woodworks attacking Cardi B, right? Well, probably because she's not a food critic.
The restaurant we did not attend. I already was very clear and transparent, asking y'all not to leave hate anywhere. But specifically, don't leave hate to the Milk and Honey. They didn't do anything.
Update, I just received a notice from the owner of the Milk and Honey. The place that we did not go to, them and their employees been receiving death threats. I'm absolutely 100%.
Let's read that. Regardless if you make it or not, I appreciate you and thank you. The last 48 hours has been a nightmare. So I guess they're saying regardless if you make it to the restaurant or not, the last 48 hours has been a nightmare and has really hurt our business because of the the confusion of the names. We've been receiving death threats to our managers and staff. This world is, listen, this world is crazy. Do y'all understand the power that Keith Lee got?
No Cap-tivity.
Now, the Milk and Honey restaurant is different from the Real Milk and Honey restaurant. Those are 2 different restaurants. And the restaurant that he did not go to was mistaken for the one that he did go to. But the one that he did not go to was receiving death threats because of Keith Lee's criticism of the Real Milk and Honey, the real restaurant that he went to. This is crazy, to say the least. Real talk.
Not with that. That's so corny and so lame, regardless of my opinion on any restaurant, even if it's the Real Milk and Honey. We don't do that over here at all. If you do that, you are not somebody that watch me and not somebody that support what me and my family are on. God bless you. And I mean, under any circumstances, that's not okay in my eyes.
But again, if y'all would listen to me, don't leave hate nowhere. If you would like to have your own personal experience on any of these restaurants, I encourage you to go. But now to the most important thing. These are all the amazing things we're able to do while we're in Atlanta.
I've been through so much to open this restaurant. Didn't even know I was going to be able to open it. And you know, tonight, who walked through my door? Keith Lee. It is 8:40 at night, and this is the line. Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life.
Did y'all see that? This lady was begging for Keith Lee to come to her restaurant. And after he came, this was the result.
to bring ATL out, bro. Like, God did this, Bird did this, Keith Lee did this, nigga, we did this.
Popular TikToker Keith Lee is sparking a lot of conversation about Atlanta's food scene.
Packed of Keith Lee.
This dude is turning around he's turning restaurants around overnight in a positive. Like, listen, your restaurant could be dead per se, and I'm telling you, nobody can come to your restaurant, even if you got good food. If Keith Lee comes to your restaurant, you damn near going to be six figures or 7-figure owner, net worth restaurant owner. Real talk. That's the impact and effect that this guy has on coming to your restaurant business, especially if it's a good review.
Look at these cars lined up, y'all. This area is always empty, but this is just one side. It is never packed, but this is the dining experience.
Oh, you got these people attention now. Talk that talk, George. You got these people attention now. Now they know it's not a game no more.
Shout out to every single person that we met while we were there. The hospitality from the locals in Atlanta, crazy. Something I'll never forget. This has been another stop on a Keith Lee and family food tour. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Listen, they was trying to cancel this dude. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, let's just be honest. Keith Lee has a gigantic influence. For your restaurant to receive death threats, and you wasn't even the restaurant that he actually went to, it was just a mistaken restaurant because y'all names were similar to each other, and for your restaurant to receive death threats, that's power. I'm telling you, that's power. And so I think what a lot of people are mad about is because of how much power this guy actually has. I didn't even know this man had that much power to this week. I didn't even know really about Keith Lee until this week. But guess what? I know him now. And guess what? I'm subscribed. And guess what? Whatever restaurant he say he like, I might go visit when I go out of town. Let me read some of y'all comments because I need to know what y'all think. Bird Lady Speed say, people are mad at him, but Gordon Ramsay can cuss folks out. That's a great point.
No Cap-tivity.
Gordon Ramsay, y'all know the white chef. That's a great point. That was a great point, Bird Lady. Real talk. Yeah. Gordon Ramsay don't get this much criticism, but you know what they're trying to say. They're trying to say black-owned restaurants get enough flack as it is. It's already hard enough for them as it is. Why do they need somebody like Keith Lee stepping on their neck? That's what black people are saying, right? Let me see. Waha say, Freezy, we get bad service at fast food restaurants from people who look like us. Let me tell you something. Waha, I ain't even gonna lie. That's some of the worst service I've had. It's been at fast food restaurants from black. I'ma just be honest, y'all might get mad at me. From black women at fast food restaurant. I'm talking about listen, the rudest service I've had is at, especially drive-through. Drive-through, they don't give a damn. They will give you attitude like you made them work there. Like somebody made you fill out the application, and work at this damn restaurant that I just so happen to pull up at to get my goddamn dollar fry. And you got a damn attitude. I'm telling you, it's bad. It's really bad. But I guess you don't supposed to call it out because we black. We supposed to stick together, right? How does that work? We're gonna talk about it. Support black businesses. That's the sentiment, right? If you have a black business, it's hard. It's hard as it is already. That's what they're saying. So why would you per se step on these black people's neck, right? Bird Lady says he seems like a nice young man. He does. He seems very mannerable. Tez the Fire say, I don't see nothing he doing wrong. Bro, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. The man doing what he's supposed to do. He's a YouTuber. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I would see if he only reviewed black restaurants. No, he reviews all kinds of restaurants of all demographics and all races. Just so happened he was in Atlanta, and most of the restaurants in Atlanta is that he wanted to go to is black. It's the Chocolate City. I'm telling you, man, it just went left. It went left. Real talk. So, Burley say, yup, attitude. That's a fact. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all about one of my experiences. Real talk. I'm gonna play the next video. Listen, cause we're gonna play some more videos. Listen, one of my experiences. This one I used to eat at. I used to eat fast food restaurants all the time. Right, that's when I was, big, a healthy guy. And I pulled up at this drive-thru, and I ordered what was it? It was like I don't know. It was one of those meal deals. Like what restaurant was it? I want to say it was Checkers. I pulled up at Checkers. I think either Checkers or Rally's. I think they're owned by the same people. Either Checkers or Rally's, one of the two. But I ordered a Big Buford and I ordered some fries. Don't y'all know it took them people damn near 20 minutes just to give me my damn Big Buford and fry? So I asked the girl at the window, I said, "Hey, ma'am, what's going on with my order?" "Sir, you're gonna have to wait just like everybody else." I said, "What?"
No captivity.
What do you mean? What do you mean like everybody else? Wait, sir, you're not the only person that paid for an order. "Ma'am, I've been waiting 15 minutes for one sandwich and a damn fry. And you ain't even giving me no courtesy drink. What the hell?" She said, "Well, listen, tough, get over it." This how this girl was talking to me, black woman. And I hate to say that, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's not the only experience I've had like that with our people. Now, most of the time, it's black women. I will say that. Black men, I don't get that from black men, pretty much. Black women, I'm telling y'all, for some reason at these fast food restaurants, they be so miserable. And they act like you the one pushed them through the doors and filled out the application. Like, I made you work there. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm very reluctant. I don't like to get into arguments because you don't know what they're going to do to your food. They could spit on your food. You understand what I'm saying? So it's almost like you at their mercy. But that particular day, I cussed that damn girl out. I cussed that girl out and I went in and talked to the manager or whoever was the sitting manager at the time, standing manager at the time. And I said, "I don't even want my damn food because they probably spit it in already. Give me my damn money and that's it." And the manager, guess what? The manager said, "Listen, sir, we'll just give you a credit. We give you money back. We'll give you a credit." I said, "Don't worry about the credit because I ain't never coming back to this damn place." And that's how bad it was. Real talk. Shout out to David Motor. He said, link at Freezy. What's it? Are you saying you want to link up? We can do that, bro. Listen. Hit me at freezy76@gmail.com. Freezy76 shout out to David Motor in the building. Yeah, and my email, my Gmail is in the description too, David Motor. My Gmail is you said the link. Oh, I'm gonna give you the link, bro. I got a couple more videos and we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give you the link. I got a couple more videos and I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Appreciate you, bro. My boy David said he ready to talk about this shit. So let me see. Okay, so here's another video where Keith Lee he's speaking up. He spoke up, right? So he's starting to defend himself. He started to defend himself. Now shout out to Cardi B. Cardi B, pretty much she always keep it real. But on this video right here, Keith Lee has had enough. He's about to speak up. So I want y'all to pay attention to what Keith Lee had to say.
Okay, let's talk about it. Every restaurant that me and my family go to, we're either A, invited by the restaurant themselves, or B, was told about the restaurant 100+ times. From locals, from people who mention me, from people who email me, DM me. 99% of the time, I never go to a random restaurant. With that being said, my opinion was asked for. So many narratives being pushed, and it's insane to me. But let's be honest, what else do you want from me? If I go to a bunch of restaurants and have a string of good experiences, then I'm being too nice, I'm lying. The narrative is being pushed that my eye roll is fake and I'm lying just to help people. Then on the same hand, if I go to 2 or 3 restaurants where I don't have the best experience, now I'm tearing down businesses, now I'm being mean, now I need to shut up, I need to mind my business, I need to sit down. Again, I can't win for losing. I understand everybody gonna have an opinion on the situation. You can disagree with me, you cannot like what I say. Completely understand, I'm okay with that. But when my safety and my family safety start coming into play, that's where I draw the line at. But what can't happen is with my family or the restaurants or anybody's safety start coming into play. It's absolutely overboard.
Especially when I was asked to give my opinion. Because you telling me my opinion only matter if it's positive. Because if it's positive, you got my face plastered on the wall and you saying Keith Lee been here. But if it's negative, I need to sit down somewhere and you don't know who I am. That's crazy to me.
It was so much positive that happened in Atlanta that was shunned by the negative. It was so many restaurants we was blessed enough to help. We went to an array of restaurants like we always do at every city. I'm gonna be 100% transparent, 100% candid. Me and my family will postpone touring if other cities gonna be like this. Every review not gonna be the best. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If you want me to come, please understand, I will be honest. I don't mean no harm. I don't have no malicious intent. I mean that, and when I say it, I mean it. People be like, well, you know what you're doing. You know if you give a bad review, people gonna come and flood it with hate comments. What else do you want me to do? I'm telling people not to go and leave hate comments. I'm telling people not to leave negative comments. I'm telling people make their own opinions. You want me to lie and say I had a good experience, or you want me to only post the videos when I have a positive experience? Then all of the videos I post is only gonna be positive experience. Then the narrative is gonna be pushed and I'm only trying to be positive, and we're gonna end up in the same situation.
And on top of that, I think something is getting lost in translation. When that happens, the restaurants that we are blessed enough to help won't be helped in the same manner because people won't show up in the same way because my reviews would be inauthentic. One of the reasons people show up the way they do is because they know I'm being honest and I'm giving my personal opinion and my personal perspective on the situation. But if I don't do that anymore, it won't be the 3 or 4 hour wait times, and now we won't be able to help business owners and we won't be able to give back to the community. In the grand scheme, that's what this is about. It's about giving back. It's about giving back to the community. It's about stimulating the economy. That's what it's about. All the other stuff, I'm a simple man in real life. As long as me and my family healthy and safe and we can live a comfortable life, I'm straight.
Again, it's a double-edged sword. I understand with great power comes great responsibility. God made me for this. I'm built for this. At the end of the day, I just want to eat food, walk in my path. If you want to be on a journey with me, you are more than welcome. If you don't, God bless you. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. And nobody's safety should be on the line. Not mine, not my family, not the restaurants that we go to. Relax. Like, relax, bro. Like, I understand. I get it. But at the end of the day, what you want me to do? You want me to lie? I can't do that. I'll walk away from everything before I lie. I'm telling you that right now. On 10 toes. Everything. God bless you.
You know what? After that video and watching that video, I got more respect for him. I had respect for him before, but I got more respect for him.
Cap-tivity.
Bird Lady, I apologize. I thought I changed it. I changed it on another scroller. The sponsor of the show. I just realized and noticed that it still wasn't on this one that's scrolling. The scroller right here. But I just changed it. I really appreciate your Bird Lady Speaks. Bird Lady Speaks, ladies and gentlemen. The sponsor of the show. Appreciate your Bird Lady Speaks.
No Cap-tivity.
So, yeah, after that video, I had more respect for him. I didn't know being a food critic is that serious. Like, this dude says if he's going to keep having these type of experiences where people are threatening people's lives, sending death threats, where, you know, he feels like, you know, all he's doing is giving his candid opinion. He said if he has to lie, right, he's not going to do the review. He's not going to do reviews at all. This dude doesn't even take money. I want y'all to understand what I'm telling y'all. Keith Lee says he doesn't even take money from these restaurants to come review their food or their service. He just goes. Like, if you get in touch with him, and if you keep getting in touch with him, and he notices your contact or your email, right, or your Instagram message, or however, you know, whatever means you use to get in contact with this guy, he just goes. He doesn't charge anybody, and he says, "Hey, you know, I'm just, if you want me to come, I'm going to give my honest review, my honest opinion about your service," right? That's what he's telling people. And if you don't want it, don't ask me to come. Listen, when he said that, I understand that, and I have a lot of respect for this dude. But this dude say if I got to come and people gonna start getting death threats because I won't want my family to be threatened like that. I won't want my family to have death threats, right? He said he's just not gonna do it. And if doing these food tours is gonna be if he's gonna have the same experiences in other cities like he had in Atlanta, he said he'll rather just stop doing them altogether. Bro, I didn't know being a food critic was that serious. These people, I told y'all at the beginning of this damn live stream, people take food serious. I'm telling y'all.
Cap-tivity.
They take food. Food is serious. I should know. But food is serious. Travel One say, Freezy, next time share a scripture before you order in the drive-thru. You might be right about that. You might be right about that.
Wait for the third.
Travel One, because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think God was pleased at me after I said what I said to that girl. I don't think God was pleased with me after that. Well, because I'm gonna tell you something. When I tell you I let that lady have it, I let that lady have it. You know. And you just can't do nothing about it because Travel One, they can spit in your food. If you cuss them out, they're gonna spit in your food. So after I'm telling y'all, word to the wise, I'm giving y'all some advice out there, my No Cap crew. If you do lose your patience and you just say to hell with it and you cuss them out, go ahead and get your money. Go ahead and go get your money back. Don't even get your food after that. I'm telling you right now, if you get your food after that, you ain't gonna, I'm just telling y'all, if you decide to cuss these people out because of bad service, anyone, it ain't got to be black people. It could be white people, Chinese, Hispanic, East Indian, it don't even matter. Whoever you cuss out, if you cuss them out, after you lose your patience, could you please go get your damn money? Go get your money. If you paid your money already, get your money back and just leave. And don't come back. At least stay away for a year, because if they recognize you next week, guess what? You're going to get treated good just so you can stay, just so they can spit in your damn food. Shout out to T Will in the bill. He said, what it do, Freezy? What's going on, bro? Nothing, man. We're going over this mad controversy. So, this next video I'm gonna play, right? I told y'all that celebrities had something to say about this whole thing. I told y'all they had something to say. Well, one video that went viral was Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson. They have a podcast together. I think it's called Nightcap. Shout out to Nightcap. Chad Johnson, aka Ocho Cinco, did not have nice words for Keith Lee, to say the least. Chad Johnson was up in arms about the negative criticism that Keith Lee had for these black restaurants. And I'm going to play y'all what Chad Johnson, aka Ocho Cinco, had to say within his conversation with Shannon Sharp. Now, both of these gentlemen was talking about it, but Chad Johnson, this dude had some choice words to say to Keith Lee, and I want y'all to check it out. I think we're gonna have to go to the big screen on this one here because it's a wide screen. Let me see. Let me make sure I get this thing right. Make sure I get the wide screen right. Let me see. Oh, let me get this video off of here. Oh, let me load this other video up. Yeah, there we go. Shout out to the No Cap crew. Shout out to everybody that just tuning in. Like I told y'all before, we're doing the complete timeline of Keith Lee and this controversy centered around his criticism of Atlanta's food scene. Right? Okay, here we go. So here's the video, y'all. Y'all check this out. The nightcap.
Do you know who Keith Lee is?
Man, I heard. Man, I listen. I heard
TikTok
about
food critic.
I heard about what he's doing, man. Like, come on,
Check this out,
bro.
Okay, let me give people a backdrop.
Come on, bro.
Keith Lee is a TikTok food critic. He accidentally caused chaos in the Atlanta restaurant scene. In the videos, which have been viewed over 95 million times, Lee said multiple restaurants he had a hard time ordering ahead, so he tried to order food in advance. They said, no, we're not doing that. He said experienced poor customer service, or his family initially was turned away only to be offered a table once they realized they were with him. Restaurants have received death threats. Cardi B talked about Lee's food tour videos, IG. I feel like Atlanta restaurants, they don't like to make money, she said, describing how difficult it is for her to order food in the city without having to mention her name. I don't know how often you've been to Atlanta, but the Atlanta food scene, we unique, because a lot of times it's all about dressing up. And it's an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hour wait time. A lot of times, Ocho, you got to eat a meal before you actually go to the restaurant, because you're gonna be hungry damn again before you actually get in the restaurant. So It's perfect. And look, I don't want people to think what's going on is unique to Atlanta and black restaurants. Normally, Ocho, you know this from being a professional athlete. We get privileges sometimes at the restaurant, and sometimes we get to get things that normal people don't get. It happens.
I don't like it.
Ocho, so you've never gotten the table because you were Ocho Cinco.
I'm not talking about that. Yeah. And when they do, I mean, you know me, you know how I move, and everybody in this chat knows how I move when I go to restaurants. If you seat me first, you understand what's coming at the end when it's time to tip. I've been doing that 20-some years.
Okay, but
I don't like the fact of what he's doing.
Ocho,
I don't like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about our.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Celebrities can be so full of shit, right? I'm gonna tell you something.
No Cap-tivity.
It's okay when they show him VIP privilege, because he said that Ocho Cinco said that they know they getting a big tip if they recognize me and seat me accordingly. I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's why I like Keith Lee. Keith Lee can take advantage of those same opportunities, but he doesn't. He wants restaurants to treat everybody the same. Ocho Cinco just showed how much of an asshole he really is by saying, yeah, they're supposed to seat me first. Yeah, they're supposed to look out for Ocho Cinco before they look out for anybody else, because they know they're going to get a tip. Who gives a damn? You don't know if the average working class person, you don't know if you're going to tip more than me or an average working class person. You don't know that. Just because your name Ocho Cinco don't mean that you should get great service and the regular average working class person should get shitty service. Ocho Cinco lost some brownie points with me when he said that.
Goddamn businesses and like, you know how hard it is,
and I get it, Ocho,
for us to even get in the food industry and to have our own restaurant and so.
Ocho,
like, what are we doing?
So Ocho Cinco said, do you know how hard it is for us to get into the food industry? Ocho Cinco saying Keith Lee is a hater and he's trying to tear down these black restaurants. It's already hard enough to get in the food industry for black people. Y'all check it out.
Don't ask me to come to your house and then ask me what I think about it without asking me to give you my honest opinion.
Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that.
A lot of these people, listen, a lot of these restaurants do DM him, ask him to come. But he wants to go on, a lot of times he wants to go unannounced and give people, that's what he is. He's a food critic. He's turned himself into a food critic. It's okay.
Are we turning himself into resume? What are the qualifications of being a food critic?
Go to a restaurant and do you like the food? Did you like the customer service? What was it like? Yes. What was the wait time like? That's all you got to do.
How about go do that at Maestro's? Go do that shit at Chris Roof. Go do it at Poppy Steak. Go do it at fucking Zuma. Go do it at goddamn whatever the fuck.
So Ocho Cinco, yeah, Smitty, I see you, Smitty. Yeah, I'm putting the link in the chat right after this last video. Not this video, but the video right after this one. I got one more video after this, and then I'm letting people up. Listen, he's saying basically what Ocho Cinco is saying, go do it at the white people restaurant. Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Keith Lee brought out everybody's true colors. I'm telling y'all right now, real talk.
No Cap-tivity.
Y'all listen to your boy Ocho Cinco.
Rest of them goddamn 5-star restaurants that everybody go do it at that. Name one of the restaurants you go to in LA. Name one. Where you and Selena Gomez went? Where y'all went? What's the name of the restaurant y'all went to?
I don't forgot now.
You know.
I honestly forgot because I have never been there before.
Go do it at their restaurants and give them the bad press and all the bad.
Ocho. Because you're black doesn't mean you're above criticism.
I'm not saying you're above anything, but go do it there. It's hard enough for us as it is. Now here you go.
So in other words, if he got bad service, he's supposed to just let that slide.
Service wasn't bad. Service wasn't bad. Service because it wasn't. It wasn't. I ain't never had bad service. And even if the service was bad, they might be having a bad day because some of the goddamn idiots they don't have to deal with.
Ocho, honestly, in the customer service business, you can't have a bad day.
Do y'all agree with Ocho Cinco? Do y'all agree with Shannon Sharp? Ocho Cinco is saying basically Keith Lee is an asshole. Basically, Ocho Cinco saying Keith Lee is an asshole for giving these bad reviews, man. And he hating on black people. Keith Lee is hating on black people.
No Cap-tivity.
Because think about what you just said. Customer service.
Do you know what it's like dealing with some of these people?
You shouldn't get in that business. Do not get into the customer service business if you can be easily perturbed by having a bad day.
Well, sometimes you need a job. And sometimes that job, being customer service and being in the food industry, is all you can do.
Okay. I know me. I can't be in the customer service business because I'm easily irritated. I don't like I ordered this and they mess up the order. Okay, I get that, Ocho, but you have to understand, people are paying their hard-earned money. So I have the right. If I like the service, I'm going to say I like the service. Now me, I don't go, look, Ocho, you know what? In this business, what I've been in, Ocho, I've been very fortunate. I've met a lot of high-profile people.
Yeah.
And one of the first things people ask me is what he or she is like. And you know what I tell them? I can only tell you through my experience. I don't know what they'll be like to you. I don't know what they're like to him. I don't know what they're like to someone else. I can just tell you what they're like to me. When I go to a restaurant, my experience at that restaurant might be different than yours.
We're going to listen to the last thing Ocho Cinco got to say after he chime in. We're going to go to the last video and I'm going to start letting everybody up. Let's go.
It might be different than Jordan's. It might be different than Malika's. But I can just tell you, from my experience, it was unbelievable. Or no, it wasn't very good. The people weren't courteous. The service was lacking. The food was cold. It took me a long time to get seated. It took me a long time for the server to come back and take my order. That's my experience. Right. You might go there and have a totally different experience.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Okay.
I like to leave my mark on all restaurants I go to, regardless of what it is. I am more about being the positive influence. And when I leave those places and leaving my mark, and I don't want my mark to be that of what Brother Keith Lee is doing. Listen, I salute him to what he's doing and trying to let the people know about restaurants in Atlanta. The restaurants that I've been in Atlanta, that I've been to, have been just fine.
Ocho,
all of them have been just fine.
A lot of
No Cap-tivity.
Ocho Cinco got different words to say. Basically, he calling Keith Lee a hater. He calling Keith Lee a hater. That's what Ocho Cinco is saying in a nutshell. Let's just not beat around the bush, right? Do y'all think Keith Lee is a hater? I'm about to put the link in the chat, and I'm gonna play this last video. I want to know from a No Cap crew, do you guys think Keith Lee is a hater? Shout out to Smitty in the building. Shout out to the Night Star in the building. Appreciate y'all being here. Listen, I'm about to hold on. You know what? I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now. Let me see. Call in or join the show. How about that? I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now. And then how about I pin it? Yeah. Okay, it's pinned to the top. So y'all can call in at any time while I play this last video. Right? So this last video is Keith Lee responding to Ocho Cinco. Who y'all think will win the fight? Ocho Cinco or Keith Lee? I got my money on Keith Lee. When I find out Keith Lee was a 10-year MMA vet, yeah, I got my money on Keith Lee. So, let me see. Did I bring this video up? Oh, there it is. That's the video right there. So here's Keith Lee's response to Ocho Cinco. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Here it is right here.
Let's talk about it. First, I want to say God bless you and I respect your opinion. Your opinion is just as valuable as the next person's opinion. But I do agree with you. It is hard to open a restaurant. It is hard to get the funding. It is hard to have people come in. I agree. And I'm blessed enough to be a marketing platform for those restaurants, completely free. To me, it seems like you have no idea who I am. And again, that's okay with me. I'll be honest with you, I've been a professional fighter for almost 10 years. I've traveled the world eating food. I've cut weight from anywhere from 170 pounds to 135 pounds. And food is one of the most important things when it comes to cutting weight. So at the end of the day, I'm just a foodie. I agree with you. I've been blessed enough to be in this position. But then in return, I want to ask you, what are your qualifications to have this firm stance on this topic? Because to me, this seems like your first time ever seeing me. And if it's not, again, I have another question. Why is this your first time speaking on me? We've been blessed enough to raise over $40,000 for a restaurant owner who has cancer. We've been blessed enough to be used as a vessel to retire a teacher in less than 24 hours. We've been blessed enough to be a part of keeping multiple restaurants.
I want y'all to pay attention, man. Let me rewind this because I don't think y'all listening to Keith Lee right now.
To me, this seems like your first time ever seeing me. And if it's not, again, I have another question. Why is this your first time speaking on me? We've been blessed enough to raise over $40,000 for a restaurant owner who has cancer. We've been blessed enough to be used as a vessel to retire a teacher in less than 24 hours. We've been blessed enough to be a part of keeping multiple restaurants doors open. And all of this within the span of 10 months.
I want to be very clear. That question isn't to say you or anybody else should know who I am. I simply ask, if this isn't your first time seeing me, what stopped you from talking about the positive things we've been able to do? Specifically to the community that you are worried about us negatively affecting.
And to your point, that's without any formal qualifications. And let's be honest, I think one of the main reasons of why we're here is because I'm relatable. I'm a customer like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I don't take anything from these restaurants. No matter how much business comes from any post I make, I don't take any money. If I was to go to school and get all of the qualifications and start talking in big words that not a lot of people understand, would they still come out and wait in 4-hour lines? I don't believe so. I'm a normal person just like you. So again, you are completely entitled to your opinion, and so am I. And my opinion is that you should have done a lot more research before you made this firm stance, especially on a platform like yours. I don't go anywhere and just give my unsolicited opinion. And you said I should only get positive reviews. The reason I don't believe that it worked because it'd be inauthentic. And hypothetically, if I was to be inauthentic and you waited in a 3-hour wait time and you got to the front and the food was trash, who you gonna be mad at? The restaurant owner or me? Those 600 people who waited in line, they're gonna all make videos and say I'm a fraud, say I lied. And that 4-hour line only gonna be there at one time because everybody gonna say the food is trash.
Simply just to spite me, not even a restaurant themselves.
But if it's a restaurant where the people really put their time and their effort into, that 4-hour
negatively affecting.
Like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I don't take anything from these restaurants. No matter how much business comes from any post I make, I don't take any money. If I was to go to school and get all of the qualifications and start talking in big words that not a lot of people understand, would they still come out and wait in 4-hour lines? I don't believe so. I'm a normal person just like you. So again, you're a vessel to retire a teacher in less than 24 hours.
Wow. Pay attention to this part one more time, just this little short section.
It's over $40,000 for a restaurant owner who has cancer. We've been blessed enough to be used as a vessel to retire a teacher in less than 24 hours. We've been blessed enough to be a part of keeping multiple restaurants doors open. And all of this within the span of 10 months.
I want to be very clear. That question isn't to say you.
So let me let my brothers up and my sisters if they decide to come up. Let me see. Shout out to everybody watching. Let me see. I think I'll go to this screen. Yeah, I'll go to this screen right here. Yep. Let me see. Smitty, Hassan, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Can y'all hold on? Let me unmute y'all. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
What up, Smith? How you guys doing?
What's going on? Let me read this black super chat right quick. Let me see. Here we go. Shout out to T-Dub. Shout out to T-Will in the building, man, with the $5 ball. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it every time, man. T-Will, thank you, bro. You don't understand. Every time I appreciate it just as much.
No Cap-tivity.
Shout out to all my supporters, man.
You know you showing that to everybody, right?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, free. I want to add about Keith Lee. He's 8-5 in an MMA record, and he fought at Bellator and Brave. Those are big companies in MMA world.
Oh, really?
He's an 8-5. Bellator's the second biggest company in America, and Brave's like in the top 10. I follow those companies.
Wow. So you big on MMA?
Yeah.
You do you do MMA, Hassan?
I did it for 7 months though.
Oh, okay.
Total.
That's what's up, man. So let me ask y'all, man. Now that we've seen the complete timeline of Keith Lee, and I definitely want to get my dog Smitty's take on it because he's an Atlanta native, just in case some of y'all don't know. I don't know if he wanted me to put his business out there, but you know, just for the sake of this live stream, I want y'all to know that my dog Smitty is ATL shouty. You feel what I'm saying?
No Cap-tivity.
But Hassan, have you been here from the beginning? You seen enough of the video to know what's going on?
No, I just saw the other guy calling him fake or whatever.
Yeah.
So this guy needs to watch out. This guy's a legit MMA fighter, you know.
Well, let me ask you a generalized question. So Keith Lee, right? Keith Lee, this guy right here, he's a food critic. Have you seen him on YouTube? He's a food critic, and he has millions of followers. He goes around, visiting different restaurants, food trucks, or whatnot, what have you, and he gives his critique and his reviews, whether it be positive or negative, on these businesses. It just so happened he visited Atlanta, right? He visited Atlanta, which Atlanta has a very popular food scene. I'm pretty sure Smitty can attest to that. But most of his reviews was bad. Most of his reviews was bad towards these black-owned restaurants in Atlanta. I don't know how much you know about Atlanta, but Atlanta is basically chocolate city. When it comes to black people staying in one place, Atlanta is oversaturated with, I don't want to say oversaturated, nobody oversaturated, but Atlanta is like a black Mecca. You know what I'm saying? So he got, people were saying that, hey, just like Ocho Cinco, the guy, the football player you seen, right, on the blue screen, right? They people are saying that Keith Lee was wrong for giving bad reviews to black restaurants. Now, do you think that, how do you feel about that? Do you think that your race has an obligation to always say positive things about your business so your business can be uplifted? Do you think the same race of people has an obligation to uplift your same race of people businesses?
Yes, the way I'm looking at this, it could be one of two things. One, his product really do suck, or people just jealous and hating. That's the only way you can look at it. Unless Smithy has some.
So you think that because Keith Lee gave a bad review of these restaurants, he might be a hater?
No, he doesn't have to be a hater to give you a bad review. But unless they have like a personal problem that we don't know of. Probably that's why you gave him the. It could be a lot of things, you know.
I don't think he knows these people personally. Smitty, what you think, bro? You from Atlanta, dog? And I had a little stint in Atlanta, but you are Atlanta, Georgia native. Is it a normal thing to have bad service in Atlanta, Smith?
If you go into like prime example, a lot of the places I haven't personally been to a lot of the places that he went to,
Yeah.
but a lot of those places are like the TikTok famous, like you know what I'm saying, like people making reels and stuff in here. So of course everybody's gonna try to go there because that's what everybody is like. You know what I'm saying? It's thousands and thousands of food places, but those are like the trendy places. Like you know what I'm saying? So my thing about it is when you have places like those, don't get me wrong, the service can be bad. Like you know what I'm saying?
Have you had a lot of bad experience in Atlanta on the food scene?
I mean,
has it been
50,
more good or more bad? That's what I
say. It's by even because you got to understand, since I'm a Atlanta native, I'm going to the hole in the wall spots. I'm going to the spots that if everybody who's flying into Atlanta won't know about unless somebody from Atlanta tells you, like, hey, go to this spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you might stumble across it, but your chances of stumbling across it are, I'm not going to say, they're smaller because you're not from Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't have bad service, but I mean, that's on some real stuff. That's everywhere. I didn't have bad service in LA. I didn't have bad service in Florida. I didn't have bad service in Japan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Was Keith Lee hating? What you think?
I'm gonna say this. The part that I disagree with is this, right? I understand he's trying to make the point that he's a regular person and he pays his money just like everybody else. But you have gained this what's the word I'm looking for?
Influence.
This influence and status as somebody who critiques, even though you might not have personally, that wasn't your end goal. That's what happened. So, prime example, I would agree with one thing Chad Ochocinco said is right. Prime example, if you are somebody, just is how how society works and how we just are as people. If you got some clout and I hate the word clout, but if you got some status, whatever about you, when you go to certain places, it's certain things that's gonna happen to you that ain't gonna happen for the regular person. Prime example, if you a person that you big in business or you got money, when you go to the bank, 9 times out of 10, you're not talking to the teller or to the regular people. You're going straight to go talk to the manager. That's just what it is.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole is the part that I had disagreed with. I mean, when somebody was telling me about all this, the part I disagreed with, you got all this status, but then you trying to get treated as a regular person. It don't work like that, because my thing about it is this. Let's say, okay, cool, you do have somebody to say, you know what, we don't care that he's so-and-so. We're gonna make him wait just like if he was a regular person that came in this motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
The moment some shit go wrong, you're gonna be one of the first people to make a video and be like, oh, don't come here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get what he's trying to say, but that's disingenuous in my eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't.
Yeah.
You could try to be humble. Like, that's prime example. That's like LeBron James going somewhere, right? And I'm not trying to say he's on the same level as LeBron, but LeBron goes somewhere and he like, nah, just see me whenever, whatever the case may be. You're going to have people in the line, people standing outside, the security, everybody going to be talking about how LeBron sit here and waited. Like, you know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. Once they see LeBron or whoever has some status, they might even clear a whole table out for you in the back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Break a whole little private session for you. Like, you know how it is when you start having motion, like, or you with people that have motion.
Well, but like you're saying, if you're a celebrity, you expect, especially if you got an entourage with you, you got family with you, it can be embarrassing if you got to wait, just like everybody else, and also, let's just be honest. If a celebrity comes into your restaurant, that's extra notoriety to your place of business. That's extra publicity for you. So
that's actually it is publicity, but not to cut you off. It's actually more marketing for you.
Yeah, that's a great word. That's what I was trying to say. More marketing for you. Some people even pay for that. Some people will pay for a celebrity to come to their restaurant just for the appearance, just to say, yeah, such and such came here. And then, they take a picture and they put it on the wall. So when future customers come in there, they see the picture of the celebrity on the wall and they say, hey, LeBron James has been here, right? Shaq has been here. That type of thing.
Crazy to your point. They do that a lot in the local businesses, car dealership, wrestlers. They just say like 3 words, like local commercials, and a lot of people go. A lot of people do that.
Yeah. So I get it. I get it. Why a restaurant would prioritize a celebrity, whether it be a athlete or entertainer. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Why they would prioritize it, because it's almost like a ready-made commercial or a billboard, right? It's value in that, right? Keith Lee, but I will say this about Keith Lee, right? Keith Lee is saying he wants to be treated like the average person because he's representing the average person, right? He wants to give the most honest review he can because he's relaying this to his average everyday viewers, right? His followers. He wants to give an honest review because he's saying that if he goes to the restaurant and he recommends the restaurant and their service, which has a lot to do with the restaurant itself, he doesn't want his followers to unsubscribe to him and to say, hey, Keith Lee lied to us, man.
No Cap-tivity.
Keith Lee lied to us. So he doesn't want word to get around saying that Keith Lee lied, that he told all these people to go to the restaurant and Keith Lee said the service was immaculate, but hell, when Freezy got there, I was treated like a damn peasant, and it took me 3 hours to even be seated. What happened to Keith Lee's positive review? You feel what I'm saying? So I kind of get it from that aspect too. Like, he don't want to lose no followers. So Keith Lee is kind of different from LeBron James, right? I kind of get it. And let's just be honest though. We do want to know if we stepping into a good quality place. Don't we want to know that? I'm going to tell y'all what my pet peeve is. I hate to waste time. Especially at a restaurant. Like, imagine if you out on a date or you out with your wife or whatnot, and, it might be your anniversary. Man, y'all done got to this place and your night has been ruined because you done spent most of the night waiting to be seated.
No Cap-tivity.
Do y'all know how mad Freezy would be? So I think these reviews are very important and pertinent. And I do think that Keith Lee is doing a great service to people. You know what I'm saying? Now, my question is, these are black restaurants. Shout out to 2 Glock Hot in the building, man. 2 Glock Hot, what's going on, dog? What's going on? I gotta give my boy the bomb.
No Cap-tivity.
Yeah, I want to know.
He has 14.2 million on TikTok followers.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot. Damn, my bad. Damn, I always hit that button. I don't know why I keep hitting that damn button for what? I don't know why. But yeah. So he has how many followers? How many? 14 what?
14.2 million as of October 2023.
Hey, 2 Glock, if you still listening, man, chime in, bro. Call in, bro. I want to hear from you too. We just simply talk about restaurants, and we talking about black restaurants, basically, and Keith Lee's criticism. But I want to know y'all opinion on this. Being that these was all black restaurants that Keith Lee went to, right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and kind of agree with Ocho Cinco a little bit when it say, yes, it might, I don't know this for a fact because I'm not going to be quick to agree with him all the way because I have never owned a black restaurant before. But according to Ocho Cinco, he said it's already hard enough for black people to get into the food service business, right? If that's the case, should Keith Lee consider that, and should he hold back from actually giving negative reviews to these black restaurants? Smitty, what you think?
Well, my thing about it is this, right? It's disingenuous. To prime example, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I publicly give my honest opinion on, let's say, prime example, somebody asks me how was Freezy, right?
Yeah.
I say, well, Freezy cool, but Freezy do be doing blah blah blah. He do handle business about this and that. You know, he does talk about this. Once I say those things, I can't try to control how people take and run with that information. Now, granted, they could say, "Oh, Smitty said Freezy this and that. He was talking junk about Freezy, or he spoke about him in a negative light." And I could come out and say, "Oh, I was just speaking my opinion, and he asked me right?"
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, too, I can't control what those people do with what those words once it come out my mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Keith Lee got 14 million followers.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this why I say this thing is kind of disingenuous. But at the same time too, I do feel like we do as a people, we do need to speak on this stuff. But I'm gonna start with one thing and then I'm gonna go to the next thing. So the reason why I say it's disingenuous is because you're a food critique. You do food critique. You know what I'm saying?
Why you okay? So what you mean by that? Why is it disingenuous then? Why are you saying that?
Because you got popular, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say this.
No. Just be honest. Be honest.
He didn't get popular off of the MMA. Granted, some people who watch MMA might have known him or seen him, but nobody knows him to be in MMA unless you go digging, right? That's
a fact.
2, you do food critique. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, and then you do food critique on TikTok. We know right now TikTok is like one of the hottest platforms out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So of course, when you announce, hey, we finna come to somebody's city, everybody gonna be looking like, oh shit, like who about to get the smoke? But then you can't go to the city, and I ain't gonna say necessarily he give them the smoke, but speak your truth. But then now you want to kind of say, well, I'm a regular person. I do, you know what I'm saying? I just give my honest opinion. I wasn't trying to do. Look, the reality is, my boy, you didn't got. I ain't gonna say necessarily rich, but you definitely didn't got famous off of critiquing black people food. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether
he rich.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing about it is, you can't. My thing about it is, you can't say, I want to be the boss, but then when the negative come with the being the boss, try to be like, nah, I'm not the boss. It don't work like that. You already done stepped into that puddle. You already know what I'm saying? You already didn't cross that threshold.
You saying he can't ignore he has a certain responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at it as he talked about the positive things, the positive effects he had. He said that there have been businesses that wasn't getting that much business, but as soon as he stepped foot in their business and gave a positive review, you know, the line was around the corner. These people started making a lot of money after he visited, you know, their business. And these are the things that a lot of people ain't talking about, you know. And I think he's saying that black people, they're quick to talk about him or talk about people when they give a negative review, right? Does this speak to black people just don't like to look bad too? I'm saying, does this speak that black people don't like to look bad, right?
And to be honest with you, Freezy, in my opinion, not to cut you off, but I feel like that's what it is, man. Because prime example, right?
Yo, get it to me.
You know, we didn't have offline conversations about different stuff.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Well, my thing, the common thing that I see with our community is, we on one hand we say we want to move forward. We want to be like the other communities. We want to be one. We want to get ahead. We want to do this. We want to do that, right?
Right.
But then, prime example, we have somebody like a Kevin Samuels come out and be telling not just women, but both sides, hey, y'all fucking up. We'll have somebody like Anton come out and be telling people, hey, stop doing this, stop doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'll have somebody like Angry Man come out like, dude, stop doing this, stop doing that. We'll have somebody like a Kendra G or, you know, various other men and women come out. But then people will be like, well, who are they to say we shouldn't be doing this? Or who are them? Or a prime example, when Kevin died, oh, he was saying this, and that, but he died broken. He died out of this and that. So if he can't do it, she can't do it. Who can do it?
Right.
Take it down a little bit more. If your mama can't say it or your daddy can't tell you what to do, how we gonna get ahead? How we gonna not necessarily how we gonna get ahead? How we gonna catch up at first?
Bro, I don't know. This the thing about it. Like, black people could have took a different approach after I'm talking about the black restaurants that actually got a negative review. This is my opinion. I think they could have taken a better approach towards his negative reviews. Like, they could have actually came on camera and said, you know what? We're going to take Keith Lee's negative review into consideration, and we're going to try to improve our service. We're going to try to improve our restaurant. Them niggas ain't do that shit. Them niggas, them niggas said that nigga hating. I'm telling. Go ahead, Hassan. Go ahead.
I just found if you're deep in MMA or UFC, his brother is in the UFC. He's a bigger star than him.
Yeah. I found that out too. Yeah, his brother is actually got a lot of notoriety though, as a UFC fighter.
That's a bigger name.
Yeah, but what the point I was trying to make is that, man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, and this hit home. This is not just with black people I don't know. It's with black people I actually do know. For some reason, I don't know if we've been conditioned this way. Let me tread a little lightly too, man, but I don't know if we just been conditioned this way, but black people have a problem with criticism.
No captivity.
For some, I'm telling you, like, it's like if you can't, what our mamas always told her, if you can't say nothing good, well, don't say it at all. That's what our black mamas told us a long time ago. And I don't even remember any man in my family saying that. Let me see. Travel One say Freezy restaurants are to be an experience from the wait till the end of the meal. It doesn't include the Cheesecake Factory. See how you just getting petty. You just want to be petty.
Captivity.
Somebody don't it. Now that was funny. That was funny, Travel One. That's my sister, y'all. 2 Glock High say, I'm on the road traveling with it, big bro. Got you blasting through the speaker. Oh, I appreciate that, dog. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's my brother in real life.
No captivity.
That's my boy right there. Real talk. Y'all will be seeing him real soon on the platform near you, especially this platform. But yeah, I don't know, like even it's not even just with restaurants. Have y'all experienced that? Even you, Hassan, I want you to get in on this because you've been participating on a lot of black platforms on YouTube. Not even just black restaurants, but in general. Is it just me? Are black people easily offended? Easily. And do they do very bad with constructive criticism? Like, let's put it out there. We know it's a difference between hating and constructive criticism. Now, it seems to me Keith Lee wasn't hating. He wasn't going around saying, man, F that restaurant. Y'all don't go there. Don't go there. You know, as a matter of fact, I've never heard him say don't go to a restaurant. He said, listen, you know, just, I had my review, but listen, don't let me deter you from not going. You know, I encourage you to go for yourself, you know, because of, you know, just because I had bad service don't mean that you're going to have bad service. He says that on his video. Do we have a problem with taking constructive criticism, and why? I'm going to start with Hassan. Go ahead, Hassan.
Well, what I see over here,
Hassan, don't tiptoe on this. Just be honest. I mean, be respectful, but just be honest, bro.
What I seen is, black employees at restaurant, they do it to you guys. Do it to each other. You get the way it looks like one or the other waiting for you to mess up, like to say the wrong thing, and they explode. And some Hispanics too. Other races, like they
has that been your experience? Has that been your experience at these restaurants?
Yeah, I seen it happen. Like with other races, they're cool, smiling, but when other black, they still smile, but you can see the attention, like the look. And I seen people go off, like the wrong thing said. Why you look at me like this? Why you look at me sideways? Like, god damn. But with other races, other different races, like they're calm. Like like yeah, you guys go hard at each other. The way I see it, you guys just waiting for the other one to fuck up and go at it.
So you've noticed that? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I noticed that. Like, god damn. And even if a Chinese did the same thing, they'd be calm with it. Like they'd be smiling, like they let it go, whatever. And they, you know,
that's Hassan's honest answer. I believe him. I believe you, Hassan. Smith, just in your personal life, and shout out to 2 Glock High with the $10 $10 super chat. I really we're gonna read it. He got a question, and we're gonna read it right after Smith and give his response to this. Smith, not just dealing with black restaurants, but in your personal life, have you had issues with people of your own race just having difficulty taking constructive criticism? Like, are most black people you've dealt with in life very easily offended?
Yeah.
Why you think that? Why you think so though?
I in my honest opinion, I think because a lot of people haven't had that person to check them in their life. Like, you got a lot of people growing up without single parent homes. I know people don't like to, you know, for that to always be the, I ain't gonna say the excuse, but like, prime example, yeah, you don't have people that throughout your life that was checking you or telling you, hey, that's wrong. Like, and on top of that, we don't have shame. Shame isn't a thing no more in our community.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I know I've definitely experienced it. Let me see.
Super chat.
Shout out to my dog 2 Glock Hot. Appreciate the $10 super chat, my brother. I really do, man. He said, question to everybody up here on the panel and in the chat. Should Keith Lee visit black restaurants and only publicly critique the good ones, or promote the good ones? Publicly promote the good ones. That way, he's doing his job without hindering black businesses. Just asking. So what 2 Glock High is asking, should he visit black restaurants and only promote the good ones? That way he's doing his job without hindering black businesses. So if he had a good, this is what 2 Glock High is saying. You can correct me if I'm wrong, 2 Glock. He's still visiting restaurants, black restaurants, But what 2 Glock Hot is saying, what if he only when he makes a comment about a restaurant, he only gives a positive comment. And if he visits your restaurant and doesn't say anything, that's saying that he was not pleased with the service. Do y'all think that would be better if Keith Lee handled it that way? What do you think?
No, I think he should speak on it, even though it's bad, Freezy, good or bad. Speak. That's your job. That's what you do. Supposedly review restaurants.
Yeah.
Even if you've been to the worst restaurant, speak on it. You know, don't just mention the good ones, mention the bad ones, and let people go. You know, like even the bad ones. So when people go, maybe they have a different experience than he did. You know, wait,
Yeah.
this guy was lying. I have a perfect experience. Maybe he's the one who had a bad experience. So you know, so talk about everything. If that's your job, to review stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between.
Facts. What Smith, what do you think about that super chat, that question, man, from 2 Glock Hot? He's saying maybe Keith Lee should, when he visit these restaurants, the only time he's actually says something should be when he has something positive to say. If he didn't enjoy the service, just don't say nothing at all.
I mean, I think he just needs to change his stance on his business model. And what I mean by that is stop trying to play both sides. If you're gonna be a critique, be critique. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by playing both sides? What do you mean by that?
So, the super chat you had, right?
Yeah, let me highlight it again.
He should go. He was asking, you know, should he just go to the good restaurants?
No, he was saying go to all the restaurants.
Yeah.
But the only time he should say something is when he have a positive experience.
Well, but that's my thing. If you're critiquing something, you're speaking on the good and the bad.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So what I mean by he's playing both sides is, yes, he gave on this whole fiasco that's going on. Yes, he gave a bad critique, or he gave his honest opinion, and it was taken in a negative light.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't backtrack and then be like, I'm just saying my opinion, and you know what I'm saying? Don't go and bash these restaurants. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, because since you have a platform, people are going to be looking to you as the all say all be all. You know what I'm saying?
This is my thing. I think Keith Lee, he started his platform because he wants people to know the truth about restaurants. He wants people to spend their hard-earned money on quality service and quality food. He wants people to have a good experience. Now, why he even started this journey and why he takes so much passion with making sure people have good service, maybe that's one of his pet peeves. Maybe he really does hate bad service in restaurants. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I do too. If I could have had a Keith Lee in the past on so many restaurants I visited, and the bad service and all the money I could have saved and the time I could have saved, I would not have mind hearing Keith Lee say, hey, I had this type of service at this restaurant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you the truth. This is my honest opinion. I think there's a double positive with him criticizing these restaurants, because not only are you saving regular everyday folk time and effort going to this restaurant, you're also forcing these restaurants to improve their service. You're forcing them to do that. What's wrong with that? That's what, when it comes to black people, I just feel like black people need to learn how to be competitive in this capitalistic market. Right?
I get it.
We got to learn how to be competitive, bro. I mean, there's other restaurants if we want to move up, like, okay, so like what Ocho Cinco said, it's hard enough for black people to get into these food services. But listen, once you get into these food services, now you got to compete. You can't just get into the food service. And listen, let's face it, Candy Burris is rich. She don't give a, she cares if her restaurant floats or sinks, right? If it sinks or swims, I think that's the proper way to say it. But if her restaurant sinks, she got money. But what about these regular everyday owners of black restaurants? Listen, you should take pride in your business. Like, compete. Like Ocho Cinco mentioned Roof Chris, right? He mentioned all these 5-star restaurants, 4-star restaurants. Well, listen, if Freezy got a restaurant, don't I need to be competing with these people? Shouldn't I make sure my service is either up to par with these other restaurants or possibly better? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I think a lot of people, they get complacent. And when it comes to black, I don't think there's nothing wrong with Keith Lee, challenging these restaurant owners and making sure, they meet the customer's qualification. I really don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And let me tell you something. The only downside I see is when Keith Lee criticizes these restaurants, like Smitty said. And I think you pointed it out too, Hassan, when you pointed out his followers, how many followers he got. This is the biggest downside to Keith Lee and his criticism. If he does give your restaurant a negative review, now we've seen the extreme positive effects. The downside is, if it's a negative effect, it's also extreme. This is why you get the death threats. This is why you might go out of business. Like, the negative review might hit your business so hard to where you might have to close your doors permanently. Now, I will say that is the downside of Keith Lee giving your business a negative review. We've heard the positive aspects of him giving businesses positive reviews. We heard the story when he said he helped a restaurant owner who had cancer raise $40,000. We heard him tell us that he helped retire a school teacher within 24 hours because the restaurant started doing just that good within 24 hours, right? We've heard all of the success stories. But what about the nightmare stories? What about when he gives a bad review and these people have to end up going out of business?
But see, Freezy, he don't that's the thing. He don't want to be held responsible for that, but that's my thing with that's what come with the territory, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you can't, that's why I was saying he's straddling the fence. You can't pick and choose. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just don't work like that. It's being unrealistic, in my opinion. If you're gonna be if somebody that critiques, understand the power and the good and the bad and ugly that come with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I keep saying that, but that's just what that's just like prime example with and I hate to compare the two, but you got a dude who, prime example, he started doing like social justice stuff, but then in the same time too, he starts making money for himself, right? Now you kind of have a responsibility to, like, bro, you might not want to be this community leader or community or whatever, but
yeah,
as you put yourself out there one or two times like that, and it hit. Now you gotta kind of stay on that side. You can't just be like, all right, I want to go back to regular life, because the moment you do some shit that don't align with any of that, they blasting you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or they you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be everywhere.
I got a suggestion. if he does give a bad review, how about, you know, show some footage at that same restaurant where you say it's bad service and try to, you know, sit down with them on camera and say, hey, this is the problem I got with the service.
That could back. Where they sue him?
No, listen what I'm saying. If he got a bad review, tell me if y'all think this will work. If he does have criticism of a black restaurant, right? Or let's just say any restaurant, but since we talking about black restaurants and how they saying he shouldn't be speaking ill on black restaurants, let's just stick on black restaurants for just for the time being, right? Because that's what we're talking about. What if when he does have a negative review of a black restaurant, he takes his camera in the restaurant, sit down with either the manager or the owner and say, hey, listen, this is a list of negative things on my list that I would like for you to improve. And then he gets the owner to agree, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll try my best to improve these things. And I really appreciate you coming to see us and giving us your thoughts and opinions on that. I think that'll be kind of more constructive to the viewers, and it'll kind of cut down the death threats because the people will see he actually trying to work with these people. What y'all think about that?
Again, that depends on the manager or the owner. Have you seen Bar Rescue, Freezy?
Yes, exactly. That's a great point.
The guy, he helped a lot of people, but also he walked away from some people too. He said, what? Screw you and your business. So it really depends on the owner.
Right, if they're willing to listen. That's what you're saying, right?
Unless they have their ego's too high, then yeah, you can't help them. Sorry.
That's a fact. Let's read some of these chats. Let's see what the people got to say. Let's see. So T will say it's a hit or miss. I generally only go to red. Emperor says, nah, he should continue to call out the bad ones. He's doing a public service. Fact, I think so too.
No Cap-tivity.
Let me see. Chava One says, if restaurants are getting death threats based on what he says, he can get sued. That's an interesting take. I didn't never think about that, but Chava One, you actually made a good point. Can he get sued for making bad, I don't know. Maybe it counts as free speech. And, now if they're getting death threats and, these people can prove that it's affected them psychologically, maybe they do have, I don't know. That's a great statement though. Yeah.
Or he can do this.
Go ahead.
Instead of saying that, he can give like the address. Like, don't go to this restaurant, this address. So that way they don't sue him. That's another way he can do it.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion too. T. Will said the restaurant may have good food, bad service, or bad food and good service. It is what it is. That's T. Will. That's a good point too. Sometimes you just don't get the whole package, right? And I think that if that's the case, Keith Lee should point that out as well, right? Because just giving one aspect of the business could overshadow everything. That was a great point, T. Will. It really was.
No Cap-tivity.
T. Will said, I have nothing against him because it sounds like he's doing some positive things for others. More power to him. So guys, listen, man. Listen, I really appreciate you guys coming up. I think it's about time we get to the conclusion of this matter. I'm gonna get y'all final words, but matter of fact, let me get your final words right now. Hassan, what's your final thoughts on Keith Lee giving his opinion on these black restaurants and how he should handle it going forward?
I mean, he's doing a great job. Apparently, he got 14.2 million followers on TikTok, so he's doing something right. But since he's getting death threats and all this stuff, maybe he
Mm-hmm.
can do a little bit different. Instead of saying the name of that restaurant, just give the address, and people can figure out, oh, he's talking about this restaurant. You know, like, but he's doing a great job. 14.2 million.
Yeah.
That should tell you something. So to me, continues doing what he does best. But just be careful, just not get sued. You know, because people, they freak out. I'm gonna sue you. That's my final thought.
Yeah, and he does. Listen, you're right. He does have an insane amount of influence, man. We can't ignore that. You're absolutely right, bro. Too much is given.
Cutting off?
No, you're good. Too much is given. To whom much is given, too much is required. Smith, what's your final thoughts on this subject, bro?
I just think, man, if he gonna do it, he gotta do it. But also too, if you feel some type of way because of the backlash you got off of this particular incident, think about going forward how you gonna move and when you get these critiques, how you speak.
Yep, I agree with that too. He got to. He has to.
He just not a control, but he's not absolved of nothing. He plays a part in this too. Like, as much as he's trying to make it seem like he not, because my thing is if you really didn't care or whatever the case may be, you would just stop doing it.
I agree with you.
But we know that's not gonna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, 14 million followers? That's a big responsibility.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, you can't.
It's
unrealistic for you to think that people gonna treat you normal when you walk in the establishment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure, prime example, the owners or the old heads that work in there might not know who you are because they're not technology savvy. But I can tell you all the youngins and some of the people that be in there know your face when you walk in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't even try to play that game of like, you know what I'm saying? When I send my family in, they treat my family one way, but then when I come in, they trying to act. Well, what you expect? Like, because one last thought before we go, but one of the stories I was actually watching a video today, and he was saying how when his family went in there, they had told them, "Hey, we're closed because we're doing a deep clean," and he was like, "Well, they Google when they went on the Google page and look at the hours, they said they closed at 5. Well, they closed at 4 so they could deep clean till 5, which makes sense if you're a restaurant owner and there's somebody that strives to own their own restaurant one day. I understand why you do that, because you don't want to have to pay nobody extra to have to come in Saturday or whatever the case may be. That's just a tactic that they do in their business model. Cool. So then he was like, but then when he came in, they switched up and was like, oh no, we can serve y'all. Well, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? That's like, you get what I'm saying?
You got 14 million. According to T. Will and her son, he got 14.2 million.
But and that's my thing. Like, prime example, you'll see it in different movies, and even I don't know if y'all really pay attention to some of these TV shows. Maybe it's a Gordon Ramsay or one of these other. Even when he was talking about, Hassan was talking about the bar rescue. When these people go into these people establishments, now sometimes they might give you a heads up to say, "Hey, I'm coming." They might not tell you what exactly the time they come in that day, but they'll say, "Hey, I'm coming Tuesday." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And of course, prime example, I watch Bar Rescue. And I watch other different food TV shows or whatever. When these critiques come in, I ain't gonna say it's necessarily fuck everybody else, but it's like all hands on deck. Whatever the dude or she want, give it to it. If it's a problem, come get me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
No Cap-tivity. That's just how it is, because this person can make a break. Now, granted, some of these people that do these critiques might be writing for magazines or, trying to you up for your restaurant is up for award or whatever the case may be, And you know, this the topic that we're talking about is not necessarily on that scale, but I mean, I can get why they acting the way it is, because you can be the person that either I keep getting business because of you, or after a week or two, I gotta close shop because ain't nobody coming in here now. And then my thing is, when that happens, ain't nobody coming to save me to pay these loans off from the bank or whoever else I done got this money from.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Youngblood City in the building, man. Appreciate you, bro.
No Cap-tivity.
Man, I'm gonna tell you the truth, Smitty. One thing they don't talk about probably is the nightmares that some of these black businesses have experienced, or businesses in general, after this guy, Keith Lee, gives a bad review. Do you think some of these businesses, do y'all think some of these businesses have actually had to close their doors?
I would say yes, and I'm gonna say the reason why, and then I'm gonna say this, in Hassan, I'm gonna let you rock. The reason why I feel like people don't talk about the bad is
it's devastating.
Not necessarily it's devastating, but they look at it like this: well, you the business owner, that's on you,
right?
And see, and that's what I'm saying. Like we can't play this both sides shit with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that, because once you cross this threshold, whether you know it or not, that's like with kids, right? They turn 18, they do some dumb shit, and then when they go to court or they get locked up, and they say, "Oh, we're not taking you to juvenile. You going to the big jail," and you looking like, "Well, hold on, I didn't know." Like, I was watching the video the other day. It was this little girl in Florida. She brought a gun to school, was flexing it, and one of the classmates.
Yeah, I seen that, and they brought in the principal's office.
And then when they told her, she was asking like, I'm going to juvie, right? And she like, nah, they're like, nah,
you finna go to adult jail.
Yeah, you finna go to the county. She said the county.
Yep.
But I thought, no. Whether you realize it or not, and I hate to compare the two, but whether you realize it or not, there's once you cross a certain threshold, it is what it is.
It is what it is. You right though, Hassan.
Yeah, I agree with Smithy. Like in bar rescue, sometimes those fail when the guy leaves. Sometimes they go back to it. They still have business because some people like the craziness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when something gets out there and popular on the news or whatever,
mm-hmm.
people like to go there to mess around to see what's going on, to see if he's telling it. You're still gonna have people to go check it out once it's out there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's downhill from there, or it goes. Maybe that guy will become successful. Maybe, oh shit, I got more people. Let me change my act. It is what it is, but sometimes it can help them. Oh shit, I'm getting more people now that can motivate them. Oh, I got to change a couple things, you know. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
Hey man, listen, if you got a restaurant out there, a black-owned restaurant, I need y'all to pay attention to this scripture right here. This comes from Proverbs 15 chapter 31 through 32, 32nd verse. It says, "The ear that listens to life-giving reproof will dwell among the wise. Whoever ignores instruction despises himself, but he who listens to reproof gains intelligence."
No Cap-tivity.
So, at the very least, none of us like negative criticism especially about ourselves or about what we represent or about, if we're a part of something. But if you do get it, look at it as an opportunity to improve whatever you're representing at the time, whatever you're doing at the time. Look at it as an opportunity to be better. And if you feel like the criticism is unfair, hey, you should have nothing to worry about, right? Man, listen, I gotta thank, right? I gotta thank all of my support this evening. Shout out to Josh W. Shout out to Josh W with the $5 black super chat. Shout out to Ricky Webster with the $10 black super chat. All the black super chats, those are the cash apps, y'all. Black super chats. Shout out to Bird Lady Speaks for being sponsor of tonight's show. Thank you, Bird Lady Speaks. You got to give Bird Lady Speaks another round of applause. Really.
No captivity.
The no cap way.
No captivity.
Also, you know what? I think I'm going to make that a phrase. The no cap way. Yeah, I think I'm going to say that from now on. Shout out to Ryder Prophet. Ryder Prophet, you know what I'm going to do? Ryder Prophet, you're the sponsor of the next show. Because he deserves it, because Ryder Prophet gives $10 every show damn near. And he ain't gonna give $20 to be just to be us. He just gonna what Ryder Prophet does is say, Freezy, I'm gonna give $10 faithfully. You know, Ryder Prophet, I'm gonna make you the sponsor of the next show just because you might be the person that have given like the most consistently. And I'm gonna reward you next show. You're gonna be the sponsor of the next show. Thank you, Ryder Prophet. And T Will with the $5 black super chat. I really appreciate you, T Will. Also, my dog 2 Glock Hot with the $10 super chat, right? And he asked a great question, and we talked about it. Not only did he contribute monetarily, he contributed with a very interesting question that we tackled this evening on No Cap-tivity with Freezy.
No captivity.
Smith, bro, you already know, bro. When it comes to the YouTube shit, boy, me and you we been hanging tight for a while now. And I don't know if y'all know, me and Smitty see eye to eye damn near on 100% of the time. Me and Smitty talk offline. If Smitty lived in Florida, I ask Smitty at my house, we'll be barbecuing all the time. That's my dog. And one thing I like about Smitty is very humble dude. But Smitty just like Freezy. He ain't with that bullshit. And that's why we get along so tough. Smitty, let me tell y'all something. Smitty is not disrespectful. And he damn sure don't want you to disrespect him. Me and Smitty, I'm gonna tell you something. Man, you would love to meet my homeboy 2 Glock Hot. 2 Glock Hot is just like a dog. He's the same way, dog. Real talk. Matter of fact, I think you and 2 Glock around the same age. He's in his early. He think he just turned 29 or 30 or something like that. But yeah, man, bro. Them the type of people I really hang around. You know what I'm saying? Solid, quiet, respectful, and killers. You feel what I'm saying? Hassan, every time, bro, I can't thank you enough for contributing to this platform. Even when you're away from the damn platform, you be giving No Cap-tivity Freezer shout outs.
No captivity.
That's what I call loyalty. And I'm just letting y'all know right now, I'm grafted into the Hamas clique. Okay, to Iraq. I'm an honorary Iraqi. Not Hamas, but Iraqi. Whatever the group is over there in Iraq. I might have said it wrong. But you know what the hell I'm talking about, my son. Yeah, I'm honorary. Them people know about Freeze over there, man. I can go over there. Me and Hassan can go over there right now. Hassan gonna make sure them people lay out the red carpet for Freeze. No Cap-tivity with No Cap crew, we connected. I don't know if y'all understand that. We is connected. And her son, man, all jokes aside, man, I really appreciate you every time, bro. Your presence is very, very much appreciated. No Cap Crew, everybody that showed up this evening to this show and made this show wonderful. I really appreciate it. Now, I will say this. I didn't get to show... You know what? Should I do it now?
Oh, no.
Hold on. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. Hold on. Let me get some of these. Since we talk... You know what? This is a perfect show to do it because I said that... I'm going to start showing the food pics at the end. And this is a perfect show to show food pics since we talk about Keith Lee. Let me show some of the food pics that that my No Cap Crew sent in so far. I can't show them all because my food library, they hitting me left and right. But I'm going to show a couple of people food pics so y'all can see exactly what the No Cap Crew working with. Let me see. I think I did let me see. You know what? I'm gonna wait to show Jessica's. Next Level ain't here. Phoenix ain't here. You know what? I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till they show up. Cause I want them to be here too. What y'all think? Y'all think I need to wait till they show up?
Yeah, that'd be a better idea.
Yeah, they need to be here, huh? So they can see what how they represent it, whatever. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Lady Nevo, what's going on, sis? Lady Nevo said, she said yes. Look, she gonna show up and say, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Lady Nevo, that's my little sister, but she my big sister too, cause she be telling me, no, Freezer, don't do that. Okay, that's okay, Freezer. That's okay. She be telling me what to do. She said, good night, bro. Love you. Thank you for the reply. I replied back, laugh out loud. Talk to you later. K, good night, chat, fam. King Day. I'm so tired. I keep dozing off. Laugh out loud. Let you stream, bro. Okay, love you. Show. Fire show as always. No cap representative. Let's get it.
No Cap-tivity.
Shout out to Emperor, man. Emperor, I don't know if I said enough, man, but thank you, bro, for always holding us down in the chat, bro. One of these days we gonna get you up here on this panel because your feedback be so legendary in the chat. I just be wanting to hear your voice. That's all, cause I know you're a real dude. I know you will. T Will, Mr. Youngblood City, E Senior, Travel One, as always, 2 Glock Hot. Thank you. Who else is here? Oh, yeah. JD25. I didn't even see JD25 come in. JD25, man, appreciate you, bro. JD25, Why High, The Night Star. I said E Senior already. Let me see. Oh, of course, Bird Lady Speaks. The sponsor of tonight's show.
No Cap-tivity.
David Motor, where did you go? I thought you was coming up. You was the first one asking for the link, David. Maybe I'll catch you next time. Or maybe you'll catch me next time when you come back through. David Motor's not a stranger. Tez, the 5. Breakdowns and reactions. 5100 podcast, please. If y'all ain't did it already, go to 5100 podcast. Tez, the 5 breakdowns and reactions. Subscribe to his channel. He's one of the realest dudes I know in the space. Shout out to Tez, man. And shout out to Pookie Hybrid. That's his new name. 5100 in the building. Let me see. TBE Trucking. My longtime friend. Shout out to TBE Trucking. TBE, man, I might reach out to I don't know, Brain King out of retirement. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. MMB Beauty. Thank you, MMB Beauty. I really appreciate you for being here. Ever since she got turned on to the platform, she ain't never left. Josh W. Thank you again, bro. I appreciate you, bro, for being here. Real talk. Rider Profit, you already know this. Rider Profit is the sponsor of the next show. Rider Profit is the sponsor of the next show. I don't want to miss nobody. I don't like to miss people. And Justin Wade is always watching from the cloud. Tell y'all something. Justin Wade always he always leaves that first chat early, and then he watches from the cloud because he be at work. But he just let me know he watching every time. Come to tell you why. When the live stream is over with, Justin Wade always is in the comment section. I'm not talking about the live chat. I'm talking about the comment section. Because we hang out in the comment section too. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't hit it already. Hit it on the way out. Or the dislike button. Either or, right? And make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. Because maybe you might think of something later on that you didn't get a chance to say during this live stream. Hit that comment section because your boy Freezy is always in there faithfully. Y'all know what I always say, man. To free yourself, you must heal yourself. And until the next time, we out of here.
No Cap-tivity. Freezy.